Tell you what it do. And it's the HHN special report. What the hell is wrong with my shit? There we go. We good. It's the HHN special report. And we're back again. Who is it? This is Hurricane Hood News and Reviews bringing you in the house again. Said the pack of men. Ladies and gentlemen, front, left, right. We back again. Who is it here? It is Hurricane Hood News and Reviews bringing you in the house again. Yeah, we going back again, back and we going back again, back and we going back again. For the very first time, don't worry if I write checks, I write rhymes. Da, da, da. We going back to the HHS special report. Break it back. Bring it back. Bringing it back, so cold with the flows when I spit it on tracks. Writing hardcore lyrics, gotta put it on wax. We can't tell lies, we be spitting the facts. Most rappers is trash and they do it for cash. I do it for the love with this lyrical blast. Going fast like flash when I'm whipping your ass. Let me slow it down quick, this a blast from the past. Underground flows with an old school vibe. Not you head to the beat and remember the rhyme. Real music, you can hear it, you can never deny. Hurricane and join the knock when we be keeping it live. From Detroit to Savannah, let the whole world see. Midwest, Southern soul, make the people believe. Spitting revolution lyrics so my people be free. Throw your hands in the air if you rollin' with me. Underground sound, it goes down in Motown. Straight to your town, smoke a pound, we smoke clowns. Cold sound, everybody know what goes down. Underground sound, yeah, we bringing it back now. Tell them, Jay. Bring it back. Breaking it back. Hey, back to the underground. Back to the underground. Where it comes from. Back to the underground. Back to where it comes from. Back to the underground. Where it comes from. Hey. Breaking it back. 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 Back again, spin the magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win. The underground is back again. What ancestors. Time to take it back again, spitting magic just like a paladin. Yeah, we gotta win, the underground is back again, for my ancestors. This that underground sound, this that underground sound, this that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. This that underground sound, this that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. Underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. This that underground sound. It's time to take it back now. Hurricane the Style Master.
Hurricane 3.
Shouts out to everybody. HHN special report. Anybody lurking, at least hit the like button.
Rogue One production.
Let's go.
This is my life, taking it back. Now I'm chilling. This is fight night, taking your life when I'm killing. This is my life, Detroit life. You gotta feel it. This is my type, you damn right. I might hit it. This is my life, taking it back. Now I'm chilling. This is fight night, taking your life when I'm killing. This is my life, Detroit life.
Beaming her up.
This is my type, you damn right. I might hit it. Hype lyrics, I entice the right spirit. Hype lyrics.
make me snipe and slice critics. Fight lyrics, make me wanna go fight
There you
bitches.
go.
Ice lyrics, got me hacking for nice digits.
Terrific
Nice
Tuesday
digits,
love,
for
homie.
9 minutes. I'm finished, time to smash some fine bitches. Nice titties, nice kitty that fight with me. Bonnie and Clyde style, baby, come ride with me. She came from here, so I showed her the nice city. Showed her the good life, drinking some fine Henny. Smoke heavy, in the Chevy we stay ready. Duelist a sniper, she holding her aim steady. Straight shooter, gun louder than 8 tubers. Took me to the bed, she called me the great ruler. Great hookah, got a feeling with great Buddha. Kick back, relax, just like the great Buddha. This is my life, taking it back, now I'm chilling.
You ain't get the YouTube over? That's why I sent you a text. That's why I sent that message. They starting already. Right, fuck them. And they put the symbol next to your shit, right? Should you say F when they got the symbol next to it? And they got the symbol next to it again. They watching us, Vonsu.
Now they telling me stop tripping, not listen, so I caught the cops slipping. Fans bitching, I'm leaving them bedridden. Just kidding, they getting the death sentence. Let's get it, revolution the best in it. Best feeling, bullets leaving your chest missing. Flesh peeling off the bones like neck bones. Shall our politicians are period take drone. Get home, the girl said let's bone. She wanted to give it, so I bought her a tag home. Here, jet blown, first class, the best zone. Mile high club, we getting our sex on. Head gone, she smoking the best strong. Hit it from the back while I playing the best song. This is my life, taking it back, now I'm chilling. This is my life, taking your life when I'm killing. This is my life, enjoy life, you gotta feel it. Is she my type? You damn right, I might hit it. This is my life, taking it back, now I'm chilling. This is my life, taking your life when I'm killing. This is my life, enjoy life, you gotta feel it. Is she my type? You damn right, I might hit it. This is my life, taking it back, now I'm chilling. This is my life, taking your life when I'm killing. This is my life, enjoy life, you gotta feel it. Is she my type? You damn right, I might hit it. This is my life, taking it back, now I'm chilling. This is my life, taking your life when I'm killing. This is my life, enjoy life, you gotta feel it. Is she my type? You damn right, I might hit it.
Really kick the style master.
Hurricane 313.
Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker, bitch, that's where I cast you. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker, bitch, that's where I cast you. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker, bitch, that's where I cast you. Style master, ripping these damn bastards. Blast faster, quicker to spell casters. Magic flows, I cast your soul to the fire in your bitch, then your bitch explode. What who's overcame with all these tragic flows? I don't know, man. I'm just trying to smash some hoes. With the beef with the government, I have to know. I don't know, but the evil bitches have to go. Let's go, Detroit flow, street so cold. Get stumped in the club cause the beat's so cold. Quid pro quo, hit you with the hit no flow. Off the clip in the blade, bullets rip your soul. Tic-tac-toe, free but connect that phone. 34 rounds, really fucking rest that bro. Check that flow, fuck that, wreck that hoe. Government try to kill us, can't let that go. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker, bitch, that's where I cast you. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker, bitch, that's where I cast you. Straight blaster, I am the style master. Grip slow, but they want me to go faster. Not yet, I'm taking your profit. Hacking everything and leaving the hot jet. World leaders getting killed with the heater. Blood on my shoes, I just bought these Adidas. Call my mama Sita, tell her to bring me some sneakers. And the gun I left by the speaker. Yes, I'm a drinker. See my girl, hey, mama Mia. We about to snipe fans from a Kia. Yeah, I never leave her. The cute assassin chick like Nikita. We put together, that's why I keep her. Smoking on the keeper, shooting at the sleepers. Fuck the government, send them on to the reaper. Drinking on the leader, yeah, I'm down the deeper. In the bad chick while we blowing up Geneva. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker business from my cash. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker business from my cash. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker business from my cash. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. Style master, slow and I got the fast. The bad, the little bunker business from my cash.
Hey, what y'all know about that? Hey, gorgeous. Vonta, my UK correspondent. Thank you, Vonta. Thank you. I knew I was gonna have to find something for that anime clips, baby. That was on my mind after we got done kicking. I was like, you know, I'm gonna find this video.
Time to have a party, baby girl love it, everybody get naughty.
It's a perfect video for the anime clip. Perfect.
Baby girl love it, everybody get naughty. Get naughty, get naughty, baby girl get naughty. Baby girl get naughty.
It fits perfectly, yeah, man.
Walking in the club, baby showing love. See me on stage, tell that motherfucker love. Baby girl getting low, dropping to the floor. Pick it back up, baby, make that ass roll. That's the
You said it fits. In the words of JVJ, that's what she said.
Sing low, baby twerking on me, girl, you know how it go when the drop singing low. Take it to the mo, baby hop on it soon as the door close. I'm the one that's controls. Take off my clothes, pull out the camera phone, wanna see you do a pose, put your tube video.
It fits perfectly, baby.
Going for thrusts when I'm giving her the dick, baby girl, you the shit. Girl like a party with, never bad chick, shake fire like an arsonist, baby this a hit. Got another party mix, call me Santa Claus, had to put you on the naughty list. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, yeah, she bout to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, yeah, she bout to get naughty. Get naughty, naughty, get naughty,
Baby girl, get it naughty.
get naughty, get naughty. Giving her the business, love it when I'm in it. Bend her ass over, that's her favorite position. Give it to her raw, going in the deep. Fucking all night, we ain't about to go to sleep. Vibing to the beat, while I clap her cheeks. Baby girl straighten and she fucking up the sheets. She the beauty, I'm the beast. Eat her like a feast. Sweet cherry pie, baby, let me get a piece. Detroit, that's a dark. Hit it in the park. Under the stars on the hood of a car. See the veterans, we up in the parking lot. Put up to the job, we was fucking on the clock. Day and after work, we went to the drive-in. Treat it like a swimming pool, I'm about to dive in. This a party over here, got you fucking vibing. Grab a naughty girl, yeah, I'm about to slide in. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, yeah, she about to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, yeah, she about to get naughty. Get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, naughty, naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, yeah, she about to get naughty. Time to have a party, time to have a party. Baby girl love it, yeah, she about to get naughty. Get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 get naughty, 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 naughty.
Get naughty. Baby girl, get naughty. Hey, baby girl, get naughty. Oh yeah. Make sure y'all check out my new video with the anime clips to this track. I would not comply. Hey.
Film Road One production.
Don't double click. Other shit that cop dead in the public. It's that rapper shit. Next level shit. Niggas think they on grade with the shovel quick.
Empire.
Hurricane be the name, I'm a boss. Metal gear on me, knocking motherfucking heads off. Raise the grave, make the dead walk. Raid every power structure in they motherfucking red cross. About to creep in the White House. Where the fuck the president about to murk that nigga right now? Got my girl with the snipe round. Shoot the dead in his head cause the bitch wouldn't pipe down. Motor City is the fight time. Joe Lewis with the hands, give it to you, see the 9 rounds. You can hit that shit for 9 times. You say hurricane, put your gun down, I'ma tell them no, 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 no. If they tell you to comply, better tell them no, 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 no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no, 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 no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no, 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 no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no.
Yes, yes, yes.
Got a blast quick. Close quarters combat, guarantee you get your ass
Yeah,
kicked.
yeah.
Nigga with a mad blitz. Better watch your step, you can tackle through a glass bitch. Flying kicks in the flash bitch. I'm the last man standing, you be lying in the grass bitch. Bump the head to the Pentagon. After that, I'm blowing up temples and synagogues. I know I'm a sinner God. When I get up there, I'm killing you and your fucking mob. Cause you ain't do your fucking job. On the pain in this world, I can't spell a fucking rhyme. Create us a newer earth. Cast the evil government to the ends of the universe. Now they telling me to calm down. I would never put my fucking gun down. I'ma tell them no, 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 no.
I see the anime clips in my head as I'm listening to the video. As I'm listening to the music, I mean.
No. If they want you to comply, better tell them no. You better tell them no. You better tell them no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no. No, 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 no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no. Better tell them no. You better tell them no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no. No, 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 no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no. You better tell them no. You better tell them hey. If they want you to comply, better tell them no. No, 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 no. If they want you to comply, better tell them no.
The Empire. The Rebellion. The Alliance. The Revolution, mother. Hey, if they want you to comply, better tell them. I love that motherfucking organ. I love that motherfucking organ. But this Professor Jiang guy is a motherfucker. I don't have anything in the UK. But if there's anything popping in the UK, Vanta, let me know in the comments. You know, so we can talk about it briefly. But you already know, I always got to play this. You know, I'm in the UK, but my baby Vanta, my UK correspondent, so you know I got to play this for her. You already know.
Hi, I'm Amelia. I'm English.
Shout out to the
and
UK.
I love England. I like having fish and chips and a pint at the local pub. I like Shakespeare and Dickens, Tolkien and Lewis, Harry Potter. I like pork sausage and dogs and fashion. Haram! Haram! But I don't like that. Brits are famously polite, but it mustn't mean we're willing to commit cultural suicide. Our institutions, the Church of England, the BBC, are a bunch of queers and nonces. How the bloody hell did we go from Churchill to you git? Sadiq Khan, the mayor? This is London, mate, not Afghanistan. Or Star Wars. I'll get him that. Our government won't even protect our schoolgirls from grooming gangs. Shut off, wankers. The police won't help. They're too busy confiscating garden tools and suppressing free speech.
That's right, miss. What have I done, officer? You've tweeted rudely, and you're under arrest.
Curry is fine, but we have several recipes already. There are 50 Islamic nations in the world. Muslims don't need to be on our island. They want to conquer it. The government says it must be this way. That doesn't make it right, does it, Robin Hood?
No, my lady.
These dragons that threaten our England won't go away unless brave knights rise up to slay them. Or did all the British bloodlines with any bollocks get killed off in World Wars I and II? Englishmen, It's your country, and it's being taken from you. Chav, posh? Doesn't matter. We're already all in this together. I don't want this to be the future of the women of England, and I'm sure the women of Iran and Afghanistan didn't want it either. Your ancestors beat the Spanish Armada, Napoleon, and the Nazis. Surely you can handle welfare tourists. History will record what you do or don't do. Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia.
Get cracking, lads. Love, Amelia. And you know we gotta play this. You already know we gotta play this.
What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm a model.
Wow, like my
OnlyFans model.
Damn, are you expensive?
The Matrix
This
is
is
a
a
system,
system,
Neil.
Neil.
That's my OnlyFans.
That system is full of degenerates. When you're inside, you look around, what do you see? Businessmen, teachers,
That's what's up. Salute, Jessica.
carpenters. The very minds of the
Thanks for
people
sharing
we're
the
trying to
post.
save. But until we do, these people are still a part of the woke system, and that makes them our enemy. You have to understand, most of these people are not ready to pick up a biology textbook. And many of them are so nerds, so hopelessly dependent on their pronouns that they will fight to protect it. Were you listening to me, Neo? Or were you looking at the dude in the red dress? A dude? Forget. Who is it? That wasn't a woman? No. It's another training program designed to teach you one thing. If you are not one of us, you might marry one of them. What are they? Transformers.
Say,
They
hey,
move
what's good,
in
Jessica?
and
Much
out of
love.
any gender, regardless of their chromosomes. That means that anyone coming out of the female bathroom is potentially a ladyboy. Inside the Matrix, they can identify as anything, but in reality, it's just delusion. We have survived by hiding from them, by running from them. But they are at the Diddy parties. They are guarding all the doors while they are touching all the kids, which means that sooner or later, someone is going to have to fight them. Someone. I won't lie to you, man. Every single man or woman who has stood their ground, everyone who has fought this agenda got canceled. But where they have failed, you will succeed. What? I've seen an agent identify as a concrete wall. Men have emptied entire clips at them and hit nothing but air. Yet their strength and their speed are still based in a world that is built on rules. Because of that, they will never be as strong or as fast as you can be. What are you trying to tell me? That I can dodge lawsuits? No, dear. If you identify as an innocent human being, you won't have to. I identify as an innocent human being.
Yep, gas prices hella high. Fucking breaking news, breaking news. Because of this fucked up Epstein war, our gases is going up. Because of these data centers, our energy bill is going up. And because what else we got going on? Hashtag fuck this shit. They know exactly what they doing. Only thing we got to do is start burning shit down. Fuck it. We will not comply. We will not fucking comply. We're going to learn how to motherfucking go back to hover technology. I mean, we're going to motherfucking make some some water powered vehicles like my man's did. He made like a fuel out of a whole bunch of plastics. And he's driving around over there in Africa right now on his own fuel. How come we can't be that innovative? Oh, because every time we try to do some shit like that, we get knocked off the goddamn board or bought out. So you wonder, what is the government doing with the technology of the free energy? They're taking it and storing it and keeping it and making sure everybody keep on paying. Don't worry. I don't know when everybody gonna reach their boiling point, but I already know I'm past mine. Like, I'm just doing all this music and content until I get ready to go and get my rest with the lovely Vonta. And come back with a fresh mind and start popping people and blowing up shit. Yep, that's the plan. Why is you saying it? Because the government is telling you what they're going to do every day in your face, and we ain't doing nothing about it. So I'm going to tell them what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm on the internet some more. Get off the internet for a minute. Get some rest. Come back with a fresh mind. Blop, 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 blop. It's going down. For real. Yep. Yep, trying to waste no gas. Yep, it's ridiculous now. Some places is $5. I think some places is $8. I'm like, $8? That's some AI shit. It may not be $8 here, but I know it got to be $8 somewhere else. But I know the shit went up to like damn near $5. Oh shit! I didn't walk past over here yet. I mean, I walked past, but I didn't pay attention to the prices in my city. But if it's going up in, in different places, the chances are it's probably up. I think last week I remember seeing 333. So yeah, it was $3.33 last week. So if it went up on your end, it probably went up. It might be damn near $4 over here. But I was definitely seeing 333 all last week. You know, like straight up 333 everywhere. I was just seeing nothing but threes. And you know, when you follow the signs of numerology and gematria, or what they say spirit numbers and the meaning, I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh shit, what does 333 mean? What does 333 mean? Why is I'm saying it? You know, some say your ancestor numbers or your angel was trying to communicate with you or whatever. But yeah, you already know what it is. Well, we need to talk about Professor Jiang, though. We need to talk about Professor Jiang. This motherfucker being the talk of the town, and the only reason why he known is because he had a couple predictions that was right, but it was no different from the shit that we were saying back in the day, like just by following patterns. But I was seeing 333 all last week, right? And when they say these are your spirit numbers or your ancestors talking to you, here's what 333 mean. You know, when it comes to angelic number, it say the 333 angel number is a powerful sign of growth, creativity, and spiritual alignment, often signaling that you are on the right path, supported by the universe, and encouraged to embrace positive change. It represents balance in mind, body, and spirit, urging you to trust your intuition and make confident decisions. I'm a bad motherfucker. You dig? That means I know I'm making the right choices. I know I'm making the right moves and saying the right shit. But motherfucker think, oh, are you crazy? Nah, I know I'm on the right path. I've been seeing 333 all last week. Then I find out the meaning about, you know, like what it means. I'm like, okay. You know? Shit. You know? And that was the angel number. Nah, the spiritual meaning of it, guess what the spiritual meaning is? Guess what the spiritual meaning is? The spiritual meaning of 333 centers on growth, alignment of mind, body, and spirit, and divine support. What? Often acting as a cosmic thumbs up to move forward confidently. It signals that you are protected while navigating new chapters, encouraging you to use creativity, self-expression, and communication to make decisions. I'm a bad motherfucker. Petrol about 770 gallons here. Damn. I told you somewhere was damn near 8. I told you somewhere else is 8. 770, you brought it to the nearest number, it's gonna be 8. Damn. Like I was just joking and bullshitting. But like I was like, if shit is 3 to 5 here, somewhere gotta be 8. It's just, you know, just gotta be, you know. Man, that fucking petrol. Who got snaps on the petrol? What? Who got snaps on the petrol? Man, all that dope y'all selling, y'all ain't got no money. Man, no, pump my gas. If anybody don't remember that was off of Menace to Society. That was our Menace to Society. They was going into the store, I think. They was going to the store. Oh no, they was in the gas station. They was going to the gas station and shit. But yeah. So let's talk about Professor Jiang. Now, Professor Jiang, like I said, known for making a couple predictions. Now this nigga hopping up on platforms like he the Nostradamus and shit. And when only people got to do is just listen to him, and what's the meaning of the shit he doing. We already went into his life. We're gonna go back into his life and just break down what he's saying. You feel me? Because we can find better people to motherfucking break down history and not be all over the place with it, and put shit in the proper context and not be conspiratorial. You know what I'm saying? See, like the difference between, let's just say, me and like other people that's covering history. We always be like this. Look, we just reading from the, like from what source we getting our shit from, and we giving our own perspective. We are not, how can I put it? We're not talking like the shit we saying is truth, because at the end of the day, we don't know. And we can admit, yo, I don't know what's going on, but these are the patterns that I'm following, and it's leading up to these certain events. Professor Jiang is just talking like everything coming out of his mouth is a sheer fact. That's the difference. Like he's not saying like, look, this is my opinion, this is my speculation, or whatever. But you're about to find out some shit. And this is why it's dangerous. This is why it's dangerous, because you're about to find out something. And I think my past self is going to be involved talking about this. Where is it? It got to be this one. I wanted to make this last, but people need to know who this guy is, because I did like 2 other videos on him, breaking down his life and breaking down like his background and shit. He's not even a fucking professor. He's not even talking in a room with people in it. If anybody paid attention, it was like, that's the first thing you notice. Like the room is so quiet. You don't hear no shuffling. You don't hear no pen drop. You don't hear somebody going up to go use the bathroom. And what also gives it away is you can see the reflection on certain places he at where there's nothing in the background. There's like no movement. It's lifeless in that motherfucking room. You feel me? Like if you can feel energy, like you can understand, like the shit lifeless. And oh my fucking God. But let's get off into Dr. Jiang. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, I don't usually talk about politics and stuff like that on my
That was for something else. I was supposed to cover that earlier. But my bad.
Professor Jiang is not even a professor. He teaches at school in Beijing called Moonshot Academy. He's never taught at a university level. He does not hold any advanced degrees. His bachelor degree is in English literature, not historical or geopolitical topics. On his popular YouTube channel, Predictive History, Jiang's entire premise is that he can predict the future by taking knowledge from the history and the geopolitical present. He claims to use a fictional method, psychohistory,
Get the fuck out of
which
here.
is
Hold
not
on.
a real thing. It's from the Science Fiction Foundation.
They did it again. They froze my chat. Stay right there. All right, we back. Shouts out to Jordan. Yeah, like they froze the chat right after Vanta put up $7.70. They froze it right after she said that. Some told me to look at my other phone. So let's shout out to Jordan for coming in. Shout out to everybody for leaving for leaving the chat. Yeah, can't have some hot wings today. I could tell. Fuck. No. But I had I had a couple apples. I gotta make me some lunch after this. I'm gonna make some I might make some pepper steak and rice. Yep. Chat flowing fine there, but they always kick me out my shit here. And it's crazy. They still putting the symbols by your shit. They kick me out. They freezing my chat. It's like, come on. Just give me that strike already. Give me that fucking strike already. I'm ready, you bitch ass motherfuckers. Like, fuck y'all. Give me this straight. Stop motherfucking playing games and shit. Hashtag fuck YouTube. Fuck you, die slow. Like, yeah, YouTube, Big Pharma, Big Tech, all y'all bitch ass fuckers. Yeah, fuck y'all. Hope y'all die. Yeah, is that a trigger word? Die, YouTube. Die, motherfucker. Die, motherfucker still. Grab the Glock. Put it to your headpiece. One in the chamber. Nigga. But anyway, let me calm the fuck down. And let's get on this Dr. Jiang topic. Pause.
By Isaac Asimov.
I'll just go back.
Professor Jiang is not even a professor. He teaches at school in Beijing called Moonshot Academy. He's never taught at a university level. He does not hold any advanced degrees. His bachelor's
He does not hold any advanced degrees. Let's go again.
degree is in English literature, not historical or geopolitical topics.
Right, not geopolitical topics, not history at all. It's like, what the fuck?
On his popular YouTube channel, Predictive History, Jiang's entire premise is that he can predict the future by taking knowledge from the history and the geopolitical present. He claims to use a fictional method, psychohistory, which is not
Right, he's using a fictional method called psychohistory. Okay?
not a real thing. It's from the Science Fiction Foundation series by Isaac Asimov.
It's from the science fiction series by Isaac Asimov. Did anybody know who Isaac Asimov is? He made iRobot.
Jiang sums up his claims in the first video of his Secret History series.
We'll be looking at all this semester, the past, the present, and the future. We were analyzing all three in order to construct a more objective reality for ourselves. We will not succeed, we will fail. But the process of trying will train our minds to think much more critically about the world. So, let me explain how. In the present, we have geopolitics. When we study geopolitics, for example, why is there war in Ukraine? Why is there war in the Middle East? What happened? We'll be studying geopolitics. And we'll try to understand why this is happening. We'll try to formulate an analytical model of geopolitics. Okay, an analytical model. We will then use this analytical model to make predictions about the future. Why do we do this? Because these predictions will tell us if our analytical model is correct or not. Okay? Does that make sense? It's no different from artificial intelligence.
Oh, yes. It's a great read. Salute, Jordan. You be safe. But yeah. Yeah, the Foundation series is my favorite Asimov. Like when I first read it, when I first read something, it was iRobot. And real shit, I didn't read all of it. But like I read it like right after I saw the movie. I don't know how I came across the book. But I ain't read it all. I saw the movie and I felt like, all right, God damn, I left that. What the fuck did I find that book? But like anyway, yeah. I wrote about with Will Smith. Yep. I wrote about with Will Smith. That shit was wild. I did not murder him.
How do you know if your artificial intelligence, the model is correct or not? Well, you test it against reality. Okay? There's no difference between that artificial intelligence system and what we're trying to do here. And why are we doing this? Because if we're able to have an ethical model that makes correct predictions, then we take all this and go back and analyze the past to reveal the secret history of the world. That is a project we are undertaking this semester.
He was about to say undo. Undo history. Because I know exactly what he's doing. But like I caught that nuance. It was like a sudden millisecond nuance, but like I caught him.
To discover for ourselves the secret history of humanity. Because you may not know this, but all the history that you learn in school, all that history that you think you know, it is false.
Yeah. And the crazy thing about it is this shit is going to our America. This is CCP propaganda. Salute, Aga. What up, though? But yeah, this is CCP propaganda. like everything you've been told is a lie. You can't even motherfucking say that shit in American high school. So you gotta do that shit from the comfort of China, which deported your ass and let you back. That shit usually don't happen. That shit usually don't happen. You get hauled off, locked up forever, or hauled off and killed, or like deported to the point you can't come back. It's like, there's something about you that's a motherfucking connection. It's like, no, you're just a perfect agent. Go motherfucking brainwash some people. Go over there and get on the news. Go over there and get on this. And like, this is our CCP agent. Mind you, he was deported because he was a alleged spy. Now he is the spy that infiltrated the news. He's on motherfucking platforms, on YouTube channels and shit. This motherfucker made sure go everywhere. Get into everywhere. But no, we're gonna break this motherfucker down because we got motherfucking common sense, critical thinking, and comprehension. And we're not giving our information like what we're saying is factual. We tell people, like, look, don't take my word for it. Look it up. You know, do your research, do your due diligence, cross-reference everything. Do everything you can before you be like, this is what I'm going to present. And even then, you be like, look, this is my opinion, perception, just following patterns and shit. But this motherfucker, Jiang, he's presenting this shit like this is an actual fucking fact when all we got to do is just look up history. But what I love about what I got from these certain people is like, shit, we're breaking it down as we go, and we're going to give you the history of what happened, and you can go look it up and find out the truth. Let's go.
The history that you know, the history that you believe, it is a system implanted into your brains by powerful people.
The first warning sign of a conspiracy theorist is everything you've been taught in schools is a lie. So don't trust scholars. Instead, trust me.
Yeah, that's conspiratorial. You feel me? That's not supposed to be done in school. Like real shit. That whole format is not supposed to be done. You can get fired. Teachers can get fired for doing shit like that. I want you to watch the movie Donnie Darko. Donnie Darko kept going to his professor, right? The professor said, bro, I can't talk to you no more. He's like, why? Because I might lose my fucking job. Read this book. Talk to that lady. Good luck, my nigga. Because now we're going down a deep rabbit hole we can't really, truly talk about because the shit is conspiratorial and the shit will get me fired. Rather it's a partial truth or a lie. It's like, yo, we can't talk about this. The goal is indoctrination. Now, look. Now, not saying that what he said was 100% wrong. Yeah, like we have been lied to in school. For sure. History have been rewritten for the victors. Yes, true that. But give the context on why. You feel me? Give it a context on who started it. Like for example, he don't mention John D. Rockefeller. Like, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. You feel me? There's a whole buildup before he even comes to the conclusion of him saying shit. And mind you, he's getting his shit from some shit that came from a fictional book, which, using your common sense, he's trying to create another fucking cult from Isaac Asimov's work. Like, no, that's like me creating some shit from a Harry Potter book. Like, yo, some shit is grounded in truth, but like at the end of the day, like you're trying to form a cult. But let's go.
Tinfoil hat wearing school teacher on YouTube. Look, at the core of Jiang's teachings is the existence of a conspiratorial secret society of elites that have essentially brainwashed everybody. So yeah, His entire theoretical approach to the past, present, and future is a conspiracy. But okay, I'll admit that he did make one good point in that clip. He said we can test his analytical models on objective reality. And guess what? That's much easier to do by testing it on the past than it is to test it on the still-to-be-seen future. After all, we have concrete evidence for what actually happened in the past. Archaeology, history, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and that was his way out. Yeah, y'all can look it up and, like he said, the one good thing is we could motherfucking battle that shit, argue that shit through our motherfucking observation and doing our own research. And what's crazy is when we do that, it's only a handful of us that do that because everybody else is following this fucking Jiang. When people that love history, especially historians, there's historians coming out being like, yo, this guy's a fucking fraud. Like, nigga, I'd rather listen to Jordan Peterson. At least he got credentials. Talk crazy, but you talk crazy on certain points that he don't understand, that he's ignorant of. But I'd rather listen to Jordan Peterson. This motherfucker is like a nigga that motherfucking work at Mickey D's and shit. But according to this guy, he's like somebody that's talking at the bar. And yes, I had these type of conversations before.
If we can see if our evidence matches with what he's teaching about history, we can fact check him in a sense. And he teaches a whole lot of this so-called secret history.
Everybody.
He's got nearly 100 lectures on history and civilizations topics. But look, for me, the first question is, if the history that we're taught in schools is false, then where the heck does Jiang's secret history come from? Well, he explains that here.
Now, y'all ready for this? This is where his information comes from, all right? Now, I think my past self is going to talk and intervene, and y'all will probably agree with my past self also. Shouts out to H2. If I to give that double dose.
Now, when you see me teach, you think, oh, you must have a script. You must have outlined the class. I don't do that.
I don't do that. Oh, you're a teacher. That means you must got a script. You have a curriculum for the class. He said, I don't do that. Y'all ready? Let's go.
I have a conception. I have a framework in my head. I come to class and I teach. How do I teach? I watch your observations. I watch your facial expressions. And based on your responses.
But we already debunked there's nobody in the fucking classroom. I see y'all faces. I see y'all facial expressions, but there's nobody in the fucking classroom. I covered that. Lie number one. Already you lie. But anyway.
We then start to flesh out the framework. And how do I do that? Because I'm always accessing a higher force. And I'm receiving this information that I can then articulate to you in class.
That's no different from a religious person or a spiritual person doing the lecture. Say, I just received the download from the source, or I just received the download from heaven or from God or whatnot, and I want to give this lecture. All praise be to the Most High.
And that's why, if you have been with me for a long, long time, 10 years, you will know I've never taught the same class ever. You can go on YouTube and watch all my videos. I teach this class different each time. Because each time, what I'm doing is I'm channeling a higher force and bringing it to you. Yeah, there you have it. From fake Professor Jiang himself. He is channeling a higher force and bringing it to you.
Yeah. Not I did research, not I traveled, found archaeological evidence, cross-reference some shit. No, I'm getting a motherfucking download. This might be the last video on Dr. Jiang. This might be the last video.
His approach is quackery. It's not based in evidence. He's hearing fucking voices.
I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me. Randy Orton did this motherfucker. I hear voices calling. I hear voices in my head. They call me. They understand. They talk to me. Come on now. On some real shit. And it's also no different. Like I said, it's no different from a spiritual person or a Christian talking about they received the fucking download and they're giving off a lecture in class on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram or TikTok. God damn download. It. They did it again, y'all. They did that shit again. Hashtag fuck YouTube. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah. Fuck YouTube. They fucking froze my chat again right after I got it back. Gave my shout out to y'all. Play this Dr. Jane shit. They're fucking with me. This is obvious. It's plain and simple. This is no fucking conspiracy. They're fucking with my channel in real fucking time. They're watching me. They're putting tags next to your fucking comments. I already put it in my motherfucking community post. Hashtag fuck YouTube. I hope all y'all bitches at YouTube that work for YouTube die. Nigga, fuck y'all. That's how I feel. Let's go. Let's go. Nigga, for real. This coming from a nigga that always say, I can't wait to leave YouTube. For real, for real. These motherfuckers wilding. I'm like, yeah, y'all mad because I'm exposing the motherfucker that y'all keep throwing on my motherfucking timeline. I'm tired of seeing Dr. Jiang. And I'm tired of him disrespecting what I love, which is fucking history. For real, for real. I fuck with history and I fuck with science. You don't disrespect that shit. At least not in front of me. Especially if you're talking nonsense. Like, look. We will have a better conversation with each other in this chat than us having with Professor Jiang on some real shit. Even the phone agrees. Me, Low Key, Cosmon, Rich T, Jordan, Kelly, that live is better than all of Dr. Jiang's lectures. Real shit. Because this motherfucker got voices in his head. No, I didn't go get no evidence. No, I didn't do no research. I hear fucking voices. I hear voices calling.
Absolutely a false fucking prophet, a cultist nutjob, and not an actual historian or political analyst. Don't believe me? Let's look at his historical analyses to see just how far off his rocker he is.
Let's go.
He has a video called Roman Anti-Civilization. He talks through how he applies his so-called analytical models to history, so it's a perfect place to test them. He's going to start off by claiming that the Battle of Cannae, where Hannibal slaughtered a Roman army in 216 BC, that is fictional, it's invented. From there, he will claim that Hannibal and the entire Second Punic War is fiction. And from there, that all of Roman history is a lie. So, let's put this together step by step. Let's see how he does that.
How do we know what history is true or not? Okay? Now, you would think the answer is, you just ask historians whether it's true or not. You know the answer. The problem is that every historian that you talk to tells you that Battle Canal must be a historical fact. It must be, even though we don't have any evidence for it. So given that, how can we understand or figure out if it's true or not? In this class, what I teach you is a new historical framework to understand history, okay? So this is predictive history, and we ask ourselves, does the Battle of Cannae fit into a larger historical pattern, okay? Second question we ask is, does it make sense according to game theory? And the third question is, does religion explain the battle, okay? And when we do this, we use this framework to understand the Battle of Cannae. Our conclusion must be, it didn't happen, it was completely made up.
Okay. So this is his analytical model.
Y'all ready?
Sounds real clever, but do you notice something that's missing? You know,
evidence.
Actual evidence? Like, hey everyone, let's not look at the archaeological or historical evidence closely that we actually have. Instead, let's just apply game theory and look if it makes sense in terms of religion. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, because the reality is that we actually have a lot of evidence. You know, first-hand historical evidence, the writings of the people who were alive at that time. We have a detailed book-length account of the wars between Carthage and Rome by Polybius, an enslaved Greek historian. He was alive at the time. He was an eyewitness to these events. And this book is confirmed by a wide range of other archaeological and textual sources. For example, there was also a detailed account of this war written by the first Roman historian, Fabius Pictor. Unfortunately, his book has been lost, but he is quoted and cited extensively by later Romans, historians such as Livy and others. Similarly, there's the Roman annalist Lucius Quinctius Alimentus, who was also actually captured by Hannibal, a primary source, an eyewitness. And again, his lost work is cited by later historians like Livy. All of these citations and sources corroborate one another. But let's go watch and see if Jiang's analytical model makes sense or not.
Okay, that did not happen. So what? Well, first of all, when we have these great military generals like Hannibal Barca, they tend to become a king. Okay, so think of Napoleon or think of Julius Caesar. Hannibal Barca is the first general that we have that conquered all of Rome and decided, I'm going to sit back and retire for the next 50 years. Okay, never happened before. Why didn't he go back to Carthage and claim the kingship, right? Okay, that's the first problem. Second problem.
This is fucking idiotic. This is not a problem. Plenty of generals have not tried to be kings. Hello?
Right.
Have you ever heard of George Washington? Or wait, we have examples from ancient Rome, like good old Cincinnatus, who was a hugely successful general in Rome over 200 years before Hannibal. The Romans made him dictator so he could fight off invaders. He won the battle. Absolutely glorious. He was the top person in Rome, and then he famously set down his own power to go back to farming and return the power to the Republic. You notice the plow in that statue here from Cincinnati? Yes, Cincinnati's named after Cincinnatus, by the way, because he wanted to go be a farmer. And guess what? George Washington deliberately modeled himself off of Cincinnatus. But regardless, none of this matters for Hannibal. Not Napoleon, not Caesar, not George Washington, not Cincinnatus. What matters for Hannibal is our evidence for Hannibal. And he had big political ambitions in Carthage. He was from one of the major elite oligarchical families there. He was leading the fight against the Romans and was getting a lot of fame and prestige from doing so. To claim he had no political ambitions is to just make shit up.
Okay, that's the first problem. Second problem is game theory. Okay, so if you read Roman history, what they will tell you is that Hannibal, after that canal, he was stuck in Italy without resources. Then the question is, Carthage conquer the place and demand the resources he needs to win against Rome. Why is he sitting back? Okay. Also remember, this is a guy who crossed the Alps on his own. The Carthaginians
I agree.
Don't start a war with Rome, Hannibal, and Hannibal was like, nah.
I agree. Farming is the real high tech. Yep. Farming is what we're going to need after the revolution. We're going to need to till the earth. We're going to need to heal the planet. There's going to be green thumb for everybody. You get a green thumb. You get a green thumb. But I don't know how to grow shit. Well, you're going to learn, bitch. Follow the sun and the moon and the stars, motherfucker. We're going back to the nature barter system, and the monetary system is going to be 1997 prices. And for those that know how to do electric, if a storm come, it's gonna be up to y'all to be like, look, y'all better pay that man to go fix that wire. Otherwise, y'all gonna have to find a new house with some lights over this bitch. And for those that's going to control the water company and the water company to make sure that everything is gonna be cool for everybody, getting it for free. They only there just to guard it from any motherfuckers that's trying to take it back over. Guard the water company, guard the light company, guard all the bridges and the tunnels. For real, we're going to have to till the earth. We blowing up chemtrail planes, everything. GMOs out the food. We all going to be healthy now. Whole foods for everybody. You get an apple. You get an apple. You get an orange. We'll need somebody to watch over the animals. You need somebody to watch over the fucking medics, the fucking hospitals, the clinics we gonna have, because we're gonna be using our shit from the earth. No more big pharma. I got a big plan for this shit. And can't forget about the fucking psychics, the oracles, the mediums and shit. People that meditate and do yoga. Can't forget about that. The people that know how to hunt, use tomahawks and fish and hunt and all this shit. Yeah, we going back, y'all. Back in time. It's a simple thing. Building a time machine.
Go across our Alps. Thank you very much. Okay? So this makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
No. What the hell doesn't make sense, dude? Hannibal had marched his troops
putting AI in space.
across the Alps in a sneak attack on Italy. We have lots of evidence for this march and what was going on. Hannibal won a whole bunch of battles in Italy. A whole bunch of them. Trasimene, Trebia, Cannae, the one we're talking about. But guess what? He had not won the war. You keep saying he beat Rome.
Right.
Rome still had an enormous army.
Right.
And to get back to Carthage, that meant retreating and abandoning his successes. He did eventually loop around and go back to Carthage, but that's because Rome was able to levy yet another army and a fleet under Scipio Africanus. You ever heard of Scipio Africanus? Who led an attack on Carthage. It was that attack that forced Hannibal to give up his successes in Italy. And that's why Carthage ended up losing in the end, because he had to surrender his successes in Italy. But of course, there's even more insanity from this fake Professor Jiang.
And then from a religious perspective, how do we explain why Hannibal did what he did? And a religious source will tell you, oh, it's because his father lost against Rome. He wanted revenge on behalf of his father. That makes no sense, guys, okay? Usually when Napoleon...
Damn, that don't make no sense for revenge. But you said it's all about the revenge when it comes to Iran. But like that, that was later on. This is an older video. But... That's crazy. It's all about revenge over there. I mean, like it's crazy. It ain't all about revenge over here, but it's all about revenge when it comes to the Middle East, though. That's crazy.
Because he thinks he's a son of God. Think of Napoleon, think of Alexander the Great, think of Julius Caesar, okay? They all have a message calling, a divine mission. All right?
Elon.
So from this, only conclusion can be, first of all, that did not happen. There's no way it could have happened. The second thing is, you can also say that Hannibal Barca did not exist as a person, all right?
All right, we're going full on nutso. He says our history doesn't make sense. But the reality is, if you pay attention to what he's saying, his own logic makes no sense. Again, plenty of successful generals have not had a messiah complex. He's going to list Napoleon and Caesar again. Well, I'll talk about George Washington and good old Cincinnatus again. And dozens more generals like them. And now he claims Hannibal didn't exist at all. So not only was the Battle of Cannae not real, which, let's be clear, we have good archaeological evidence here. Wait, let me pull it up. For the abandonment of Cannae at the exact same time that historians write that Hannibal destroyed it, the end of the 3rd century BCE. The settlement disappears right then. We might not have the battlefield itself, but to be honest, that's not that uncommon in ancient times. It was in a farmland, and that field was used for farming later on. We don't have the battlefield for the Battle of Marathon near Athens either, but we do have this enormous artificial burial mound for it, and yes, it's been excavated and verified. But let's just see where he goes, because Jiang's about to go full on wacko.
Right before he go full on wacko, my lovely Vanta, my UK correspondent, says something about Elon Musk. So let's do a breaking news real quick.
Important announcement to make, which is the most epic chip building exercise in history by far. We aspire to be a galactic civilization. So I think the future that everyone, well, most people I think would agree is the most exciting is one where we are out there among the stars, where we are not forever confined to one planet, that we become a multi-planet species, like the best science fiction that you've ever read.
You're welcome, baby.
Star Trek, or Ian Banks, or Asimov, or Heinlein.
Listen, Asimov.
And we want to make that real. Turn science fiction to science fact. It's worth considering sort of like, how would you rate civilizations? And he said, well, if you're type 1, you're using most of the energy of your planet. And we actually still have quite a ways to go to be properly a type 1. We're still using a tiny fraction of the sun's energy that reaches our planet. But the Earth only receives about 500 millionth of the sun's energy. So the sun is truly enormous. Another way to think of it is roughly like electricity production on Earth of all of civilization is only about 1/trillionth of the sun's energy, which means if you increase civilizational power output by 1,000,000, it would still only be 1,000,000th of the sun's energy.
What?
So to do that, we need to harness the power of the sun. And so a terafab, while it is enormous, a terawatt of compute per year is enormous by our sort of civilizational standards. It is still just one step along the way of being even a Carter ship. You still have a long way to go to even be a Carter ship 2 level civilization, and you're not even registering as a Carter ship 3. So it's a very big thing by current human standards, but still small in the grand scheme. So to accomplish this very difficult goal really requires a combination of efforts of SpaceX, XAI, and Tesla working together to create this epic terafab project. So then the key missing ingredient is therefore a terawatt of compute. So this announcement is about solving the key missing ingredient. Important announcement.
Yeah, the key missing ingredient is more fucking power, more energy. And I think they're going to have to kill a whole bunch of people to do it. Terafab.com. Elon Musk. Now, that was a breaking news. Elon Musk is putting some shit out there in space. And it's no different from our government putting some shit out there in space. They're talking about some mirrors to reflect the sun. And Elon Musk talking about harnessing the sun's energy and shit. And then Isaac Asimov was mentioned. That corresponds with Dr. Jiang getting his motherfucking fictional theories from Isaac Asimov and voices in his head. Wild. Thank you, Vata, because, you know, he said Isaac Asimov and he brought up Isaac Asimov. So that's called synchronicity. Is it? I think. I mean, it corresponds. Fuck it. I'm going to say synchronicity. Back to it. Dr. Jiang about to go full on nutso. Pause.
You can also say that Hannibal Barker did not exist as a person, all right? But then this leads us to a really huge problem, which is...
Oh, scared? I gotta say this. Motherfuckers want to go to other planets. Y'all motherfuckers ain't even took care of this one. Like, let's have peace here. You know, you're talking about motherfucking Star Trek and all the other movies and shit. You know, there's peace on Earth in Star Trek. So we can be able to go out to the stars and connect with other motherfuckers and shit. But nah. Let's fuck this planet up beyond belief and go somewhere else and fuck that bitch up too. Let's go.
The Romans just make this stuff up. Why? What would they say? We fought this battle and 100,000
yeah, we know the planet fucked. Yep.
Carthaginian general was smarter than us, okay? Well, the reason why is this, Carthage, okay? That Carthage is at this time in history, about 200 BC, the most beautiful, the most prosperous, the most cultured city in the world. And what did Romans do? They burned it to the ground and killed everyone, okay? That's the Roman way. Now, this is a siege of Carthage that lasted many, many years in the Third Punic War.
It's the Roman way.
The Romans, if they don't like you, they will come and kill every one of you, okay? And that's what they did in Carthage. Now, during this war, a Greek named Polybius, okay? Polybius was a hostage of Rome, and he became the official historian of the Roman Empire. So this is a guy who invented the Battle of Cannae. Why? To justify the burning of Carthage, right? Because the Romans are like, why did we kill the Carthaginians? Because that's what we do, man. Okay? But Polybius is Greek, and he understands that. You know, in Rome, you don't need an empire.
That's what we do,
on your
man.
side. You can't go outside.
That's what we do, man. I'm about to go kill him. That's what we do, man. That's the teacher. Get the fuck out of here. I could hold that laugh in. That's what we do, man.
People. You need to explain your actions. So in other words, Polybius did in Carthage.
Hold on.
Now, during this war, a Greek named Polybius, okay? Polybius was a hostage of Rome, and he became the official historian of the Roman Empire. So this is a guy who invented the Battle of Cannae. Why? To justify the burning of Carthage, right? Because the Romans are like, Why did we kill the Carthaginians? Because that's what we do, man. Okay? But Polybius is Greek, and he understands that in Rome, you're going to be an empire. You need people on your side. You can't go around just killing people. You need to explain your actions. So in other words, Polybius, in order to justify the Roman Empire, create this entire history of the Second Punic War that didn't really happen. Okay? Because now it's like, okay, well, the Romans felt threatened by Hannibal, right? Hannibal was going to destroy them. And so they also saw Carthage as a threat, and therefore they had to destroy Carthage. Now it's much more reasonable. Okay? So Polybius basically made the entire history of Rome. The thing to remember about history is that if you're a military power, you don't write history. Why? Because you're not capable of reflection. You're not capable of deep cultural production. Okay? So the Romans won all these battles and got the Greeks to write the history for them, to just justify why they did what they did. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? All right. So again,
there's nobody in
I can say this, but basically, all Roman history is complete nonsense.
He said, "Did that make sense, guys? There's nobody in the fucking classroom." Now let's hear this guy break him down. Break this motherfucker down.
What the fuck, man? If all of Roman history is nonsense, then your entire argument doesn't make any sense. Like, the argument is the Romans needed a justification to destroy Carthage, so they invented one. But if Roman history is made up, then they didn't destroy Carthage, which means there's no justification to make this up. It's like a circle of fucking bullshit. The reality is that such claims are just there so that he can justify saying whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't need evidence because the evidence isn't real. Or maybe it's just all about whatever that voice in his head says to him. Yep. Either way, he's got no evidence, and there's mountains of it against him. For example, his claims that no Roman historians were writing history. False. We have dozens of them. And as I said, one of them was actually captured by Hannibal himself. We also have plenty of actual archaeological evidence for this war between Rome and Hannibal. As I mentioned, archaeological surveys show the town of Cannae was abandoned at this time, which matches Polybius and others who say that Hannibal destroyed it. We can also see Hannibal's successes in Italy. Our historical sources tell us that major cities like Capua, the second largest city in Italy, had allied with Hannibal after his military success. Archaeologically, we have evidence for this. We have coins minted by Capua as an independent power right at the end of the 3rd century BC when Hannibal's there. And we even have coins minted by Hannibal and the Carthaginians in southern Italy so they could pay off locals and stuff like that there and soldiers. All of this is reported, for example, in an article like this one from 1953 by Charles Hirsch, which, by the way, has nothing to do with the Punic Wars. It just has to do with coins in the Roman Republic. We also have archaeological sites in the Alps that document Hannibal's crossing. The residue of dung left behind by the horses and elephants. For example, the increase of organic carbon and moisture originated from trampling vegetation and dung from animals, provided an organic base supporting the ingress of Clostridia, a prominent endospore-producing bacterial component of the mammalian gut. This is right there in the Alps at a camp set up by Hannibal on his way in. We also have, for example, an elephant bone in Spain that was probably from the elephants this journey. It's like direct physical evidence. This is well dated along the route that Hannibal took. And then finally, we do have evidence of some battles. For example, the siege of Ugento, where there's 450 excavated lead sling bullets and bolts from Roman scorpions from this war. The sum total of historical, archaeological, artistic, and numismatic evidence for the Second Punic War would fill a small library. And instead, Jiang is like, nah, Roman history is just nonsense. Just like other bullshit artists on TikTok.
It always blows my mind talking to people who have invested their lives in the study of ancient Rome, because y'all don't seem to realize it didn't exist. It was bred in circuses. It's a circus, man.
Yeah, that's you, fake Professor Jiang. You're a nut job just like her. And if you somehow think that Jiang has anything interesting to say, well, you've been misled. He's just making up shit non-stop. He's a wacko. But hey, at least we can have some fun laughing at him. Let's put on our conspiracy theory hats and laugh at the clown.
Yeah, I think the greatest secret out there is that the history that we've been taught about evolution, about development of humanity, it's all fake. Okay, so we have about 10,000 years of human history. That's it. But we know that we Homo sapiens have been around for about 200,000 years. 200,000 years. Okay, that's the best estimate. So what are we doing for the rest of this time? Okay, that's a question that science has never really answered for us. Okay, that's point number one. Point number two is that we have some archaeological sites that are close to us. Okay, so Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. Okay, Göbekli Tepe in Turkey. We've only uncovered 5% of all of it, and we have. So when we haven't uncovered the rest of it, it's not about money issue. It's because the truth will destroy destroy the traditional narrative. Then you have the Amazon in Brazil, and how we're discovering how these ancient civilizations existed in the Amazon before, and also these ancient civilizations were the ones that actually created the Amazon. The Amazon itself is not an organic creation; it was a man-made creation. So if you do, I mean, like if you just work from first principles, what you recognize is that we've probably had civilizations before this, okay, that were destroyed in the Great Flood, okay, or what's technically called the geomagnetic excursion, the magnetic pole excursion. We just say that the magnetic poles, the north and south, they switch every 6,000 years, okay? And when you do that, you change the geography, the topology.
That changed everything, mainstream archaeology, right?
Because climate change, and these civilizations were destroyed. So we are not part of the first civilization. Okay. Another thing is the pyramids, the Egyptian pyramids. We are not able to create the Egyptian pyramids using the technology that we have today. Okay. It's incredible to think about how we have the most advanced spaceships and computers, but we're not actually able to recreate the pyramid.
What the fuck, man? How many stupid fake history conspiracy theories can you cram into 2 minutes? It's like listening to Jimmy Corsetti on steroids. Evolution is not real. Archaeologists are hiding our past. They aren't digging Göbekli Tepe. Which, all right, come on. Let's be real here. They are absolutely digging Göbekli Tepe. They have an excavation field season every single year. Yep. Archaeologists want to understand. Had a great video interview with the field director, Dr. Lee Clare, about recent discoveries, and a new one's coming up soon on the news story of the site that these excavations are showing. Jiang then, of course, switches to Graham Hancock-style lost civilizations, floods, and more. And he somehow thinks, we can't build the fucking pyramids with our technology because we don't know how to cut stones and move them. What a fucking idiot. How is this guy so popular? It's all just like a grab bag of conspiracy theories, nut job here, nut job there, amazeballs there. Here. Let's listen to him. Let's listen to his deep dive on evolution and see just how fucking stupid this guy is.
Yeah, that was the internet. And everybody go to this one. Then we got one more. Then we're going to get up out of here.
Because he has hours and hours and hours of lectures. I can't go through them all and debunk them. I can't say every single thing he has ever said in his life is actually really wrong. But what you often find with actual good historians or good academics who analyze geopolitics like Mersheimer is a lot of consistency. Now, it doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say. It doesn't mean they're right about absolutely everything. But when you analyze even their own work, they work with a consistent framework. This guy...
And what I want people to notice, the first guy was an American. You can tell this guy's from across the pond. You feel me? So it's like, yo, we know what the fuck we talking about when it comes to this history. Stop listening to this Professor Jiang guy.
It's his whole view of geopolitics on thinking that Christian Zionists in America actually want to completely end the world. And he focuses so much of his geopolitical analysis on religious motivations. And even when you see him talk about Islam, which he will in this video, you just know he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. And I wrote on Twitter, some of this guy's ramblings are like what someone in a pub would say to you. It's absolutely insane that people take him so seriously, and he's become a favorite of just like libertarians, the far right, or like weird leftist conspiracy theorists. But you can see why, because if you hate Israel, he validates your opinions about Israel, because his analysis of even things like the Iran conflict is completely warped by this targeting of Israeli foreign policy that also seems to omit a lot of American interest in the region. But there's a lot to talk about today, so before we go any further, if you watch this whole video and you like it, please leave it a like, maybe subscribe to my channel, and if you want to support my work, please check out my YouTube memberships and check out my Patreon page, and if you want to follow me on social media, follow me on Blue Sky at The Tabernacle and also on Instagram. So let's just go into a quick background of who Professor Jiang is. So on his LinkedIn page, he went to Yale from 1995 to 1999 and got a bachelor's degree in English literature. And then his career, he was a deputy principal at Shenzhen Middle School, a director at Peking University High School, International Division, deputy principal at Tsinghua University High School, which has loads of controversy for seemingly being some sort of scam school. And he was a contributing education editor Times Chinese website. He works full time on his YouTube channel. He has got some articles I've seen writing about being detained by Chinese authorities for doing some sort of journalism in Hong Kong. I've seen some people claim they think he's a CIA plant because he went to Yale, where people from the CIA have historically gone, and he's got in a lot of trouble with the Chinese Communist Party, and a lot of his analysis is extremely anti-communist, which we're going to talk about as well. So his background is not in history. His background is not in geopolitics. He has a background in education, especially in like managing positions, but he is not someone who has ever been taken seriously as some sort of academic scholar when it comes to history or geopolitics, which you're very likely going to see in this video why he isn't, because I think even calling him the Jordan Peterson of geopolitics is far too kind. Let's just start with a random clip I saw of why this guy just comes across immediately with bad vibes. So here's just a random clip I found on social media. He's basically saying very violent society, and historically has been very violent in the United States.
Why are the Russians so pessimistic? Okay, first of all, it's really cold in Russia. Okay, if it's cold, you're not that optimistic, right? Second of all, Russian civilization is built on violence, right?
Built on violence.
The Americans basically went over and were able to steal the continent from the natives. The natives didn't really put that much of an existence, but Russia was built on tremendous violence.
So that is a very short clip, but even if it is someone who understands any history, a red flag immediately goes up when he says, like, America, when they stole the native land, it was met with little resistance, but Russia is very, very violent. Which, if you study history, you know that the American genocide of Native American peoples throughout its whole history was the inspiration for Nazi Germany. It was the inspiration for a lot of settler colonialism, including places like Israel. And all of this stuff was done with absolutely tremendous violence. And it was a blueprint for a lot of the same settlements. So even if you're going to talk about Russian history being violent, you couldn't say that the US history itself wasn't extremely violent as well, and also very inspirational to mass violence across the Western world. So even someone who has a history channel, apparently, on YouTube, saying that Russia is very different from the US because of its violent history, this just doesn't hold up to reality. It should immediately put a red flag in your mind of, this guy probably doesn't know what he's talking about. But now let's get into his foreign policy outlook in regards to just like the Middle East generally. So like I said, why this guy has gained some sort of credibility is that he predicted that America would attack Iran. And I want to talk about this as well. America attacking Iran was never outside the realms of possibility in terms of like a full war. And even I said in a video about them attacking Iran,
because they've been over there since 1952, 1953. This shit was inevitable.
and Israel attacking Iran before, but this could escalate into a full war. No one would be surprised. So just staking your claim on this will definitely happen. Yeah, you can say that. You can say that, but it doesn't mean anything. So here's another example as well, and it's kind of like the reverse situation. So I remember when Hassan said that Russia definitely wouldn't invade Ukraine.
No, I did not contradict myself. I'm wrong. I was wrong. I did.
You say you got to feed the dog in 10 minutes. All right. I think I got like 2 more videos. I think I got like this and another one.
I didn't even think that Russia would take over Eastern territories, and I was wrong.
So when Russia invaded Ukraine, everyone went to him and was like, oh my God, you were so wrong. You're such an idiot. How could you be so wrong? Now, people saying this obviously didn't know anything about geopolitics. They weren't people going around saying, oh my God, Russia is imminently going to invade Ukraine. Most people actually, even people in the Ukrainian government, didn't think this was actually going to happen. The major voice at the time saying this was actually the Joe Biden White House, but many academics thought this wasn't going to happen immediately. Loads of people were saying this wouldn't happen. So Hassan saying that Ukraine wasn't going to be invaded was based on generally the consensus, but there were people saying it was going to happen, and you could be a fringe person saying it was going to happen. Doesn't mean you have more credibility. You got something right, probably by chance. And this guy's even worse because he literally just predicted something that was kind of likely to happen anyway. When you're more of an academic or an international relations scholar, you can say this is a possibility, but you're not going to say it's definitely going to happen, because that's the way you're analyzing the world. You're analyzing it in terms of different pathways, different ways things could go. You're not going to be so certain that one thing is going to happen. And as you listen to his reasoning for why he thinks of these things, you will know that he just got lucky that he has viral clips of him predicting something that happened. But now let's get into his bizarre theories about new global superpowers. So listen to his criteria of what countries will become superpowers in the future.
There's going to be 3 countries that will emerge as great empires in our history, okay? Germany. Why? Because they lost World War I and lost World War II. Does that make sense, guys? They were never an empire. They were never a world empire. So Germany, according to this theory, will one day come to rule the world, or at least Europe and Asia. Okay? And if you have to look at their history, when I've been in World War II, they lost millions of people. Okay? So Germany will be one day a great empire. I'm pretty sure of it, actually. And then there's another country that will be a great empire. That is Japan. Because Japan lost World War II. It will never be an empire. So Japan should come and dominate East Asia, according to this theory. Remember, the Americans dropped 2 nukes on Japan. Right? And also, if you look at World War II, the Americans destroyed Japan with firebombing. The Americans killed more firebombing than they actually did with the nukes, okay? But Japan was destroyed, it was humiliated. And now you go to Japan, you can see how energetic people are. Right? You can see how open they are. And you can see how cohesive they are. You understand? Because Japan was destroyed in World War II, it's something that forced them to reflect as a people. And now they want vengeance, basically.
Now they want vengeance.
Right? Of course, it's Israel. Right? Because Israel, the people in Israel, believe that for thousands of years they were...
So Japan want vengeance, basically. You know, what Japan did was kick back, rebuild, and this is why we got anime. They have to make their money back. Ship that anime over here. #1 most watched content when it comes to animation, movies, and games. Took them, what, 40 years to bounce back?
By other people. Okay, so these are three great empires that we will move towards in our history. Germans, Japanese, and the Israelis. Okay, does that make sense? All right. The Americans are done. All right.
China.
Done.
You know when I said some of this guy's videos are like the ramblings of a madman at a pub? This is a great example. So his criteria of what will become the new empires in the world are if they suffered at the hands of a war. So because Japan had loads of bombings on Japan by the Americans, fire bombings and nukes, they want vengeance, and that will help them create an empire. Germans, because of World War I and World War II, they want vengeance. That will create an empire in Europe and Asia and the Middle East. And Israel, because people who have lived in Israel came from persecuted backgrounds or something, so they will become a new empire.
Right. Revenge. The government took this motherfucking land from my ancestors. I want revenge. You're going to be the new empire. Now y'all see where I'm coming from with this Professor Jiang shit?
The empire.
Don't pose as a professor. Just talk shit. You feel me? Create a channel and just talk shit on like, this is my opinion. Not pose as an expert. You know, that's the whole thing. Don't pose as an expert.
Right. Stolen valor.
You know?
Stolen valor.
Because they're going to try to look in your background and find some shit. And once they find out that you ain't a real fucking professor,
stolen valor,
all your credibility is shot. And the only reason why you known is because you made a prediction of America invading Iran or like going to war with Iran. Wow. But it was inevitable because they've been over there since the 50s, before my mother was even fucking born. Like real shit. It's gonna be inevitable because you know why? That's all our country is known for. Fucking up shit, bombing shit, stealing, murdering, raping, and pillaging people for their resources. Like, oh man, it's inevitable. Just like it was gonna be inevitable if Russia and Ukraine happened. It's like I said, if motherfuckers keep trying to bring motherfuckers into NATO, if they keep on poking the bear, eventually Russia is going to motherfucking retaliate. It's like, shit, what you expect? You saw the shit that happened in Georgia. Crimea. Come on, now. Now we got Ukraine. Like, what the fuck? Stop pushing up on the Russian border. Stop motherfucking talking about y'all want to have peace talks, the bombing bridges and pipelines and shit. They be like, all right, let's talk. Fuck out of here. shit wild. But anyway, Professor Jiang exposed again. Let's keep on getting it.
It's insane. And also you can see the little things he says in the video that shows he has no history. How are you going to make the claim that Japan is going to become a new superpower in the world and say it never had an empire? Japan had a massive empire in East Asia during the Second World War. I actually, as you're going to see in this video, I actually don't think he knows stuff like this. You can say, like, of course he knows that, but, like, why is he saying that? Like, they owned Korea, they owned parts of East Asia for, like, 30 years in their empire. Germany also did have an empire as well. Not a big one, but it did have an empire. So his criteria for these things is not based in anything tangible, because no international relations theorist would tell you that the next superpower is going to be Japan, Israel, or Germany. That's just not going to happen. China is obviously, to everyone, is going to be the next big superpower. And even if we're talking about like other countries, you wouldn't say Germany. Like, why the fuck would you say Germany? You would definitely, if you were going to speculate about other countries becoming superpowers or world powers, you would say more developing countries. Countries like India have way more potential to be a global superpower than a country like Germany or Israel or even Japan. Japan is in massive decline right now, especially because of its Asian population, its xenophobic stance on immigrants. It's not even going to keep up its current position in the world going forward. But this guy thinks because they've all suffered under World War II and they want vengeance, they're going to become the new superpowers. Like, what criteria even is that? It's not based in any reality. It's not based in any history. It's not based in any geopolitics. It's based on this guy's version of game theory where he predicts the future, and it's just completely out of touch and completely baffling. But don't worry, it's not going to get any better. So in terms of his analysis of the war in Iran, he basically buys into a lot of people in America, or like the ruling elite in America. They are waging this war on Iran to bring about the conditions for Armageddon. Now, I actually made a video about this recently. It is worrying that there are people in the US military who actually think it's like fulfilling biblical prophecy, but they're going to war with Iran. And there's obviously a lot of people in very high profile positions in the US government who believe this, but I don't think anyone would say that is a main factor of the US government to wage war on Iran. There are so many more economic factors, which they've like just outright said. It's about things like oil, and it's about dominating the Middle East for the United States. Jiang thinks it's about dominating the Middle East for Israel, but any international relations theorist, someone like Mersheimer, who believes in realism, they would tell you that it's pretty much about projecting American power, even more so in the Middle East, and taking out the last adversary to complete American and Western dominance on the region. Let's listen to what he has to say.
So they respected the Constitution, they respected the international rules-based order, they respected the opinions of the American people. None of this is true in this instance. The vast majority of American people were against this war to begin with, and they're still opposed to this war. There's already rumors of America using ground troops. So it seems as though this government, this Trump government, they have a script in place, and they just want to achieve this script regardless of the consequences, regardless of the political pushback. And that's what's surprising. So a theory is that this is not really a political war. It's an eschatological war. And, we know, and we can suspect this because there's been complaints about this American commander who told his soldiers to be not afraid of this war because this is a war willed by God. This is all part of God's divine plan.
It's like this war is all God's plan. This willed by God's plan. This is Shane talking. Even the phone agrees. This is Jay.
In order for God to achieve the end of the world, to bring back Jesus and usher in the Messianic age. And we just look at how the Israelis are behaving.
So you think that the ultimate purpose for people like Pete Hegseth and let's say Benjamin Netanyahu, you think the ultimate purpose is the end of the world? So is that really what you're saying? Did I hear that right?
Yes, unfortunately, I am forced to come to this conclusion.
So does anyone want to argue with me in the comments that they think the US war in Iran is about triggering Armageddon? Like I said, I've been talking about this for a long time in terms of Christian Zionists and evangelicals, why they support Israel. I made a video like 6 years ago about this, maybe even 7 years ago about this. So I'm not someone who doesn't know about this. I know that there are lots of people, even high positions of power in the US government, who do believe in this biblical prophecy. But would you say that is the driving force behind this? It's an absolute fantasy, and anyone who has any academic background would tell you that is absolutely ridiculous, and they can explain to you why. There are so many other factors that trump that. Even if you actually
so
believe
many
that is
biblical,
some sort of factor in this, which
you already know
don't
about
think it's a massive factor, they would outline how it's what is more important. And US dominance of the Middle East for financial gain and for oil gain is way more important to the US government than ending the entire world. This reminds you of like a reverse Sam Harris. Like he used to say, I think he still says, Iran can't get nukes because Iran will immediately start launching the nukes to trigger some sort of Armageddon so everyone can go to paradise or something, right? It's like the reverse of that, but you're applying it to the US government instead, where you think because of people existing in positions of power in the US government who do believe these crazy things, that they will immediately do this. And that's why I always rejected the Sam Harris thing, which I thought was crazy anyway, because even the most religious people, like the Ayatollah or whatever, they're not fundamentally suicidal, and they have allegiance to the nation state as well, and they do things based on the power for their nation state, not just their religious beliefs. And when in the US government you're overwhelmingly outnumbering these crazy people, it's just not even a factor worth discussing, let alone telling people this is the main factor driving the war. So again, I think this guy's a fraud. He doesn't understand geopolitics. He has probably never read any international relations theory.
Right, if they not freezing my chat, if they not freezing my chat, they kicking me out. Ain't that a bitch? But y'all be safe, everyone. Let's keep on going.
Want this war and what Israel want to do.
And you be safe too, walking the dog, baby.
Middle East, which I don't understand where he's even getting these scenarios about like the carnage of this war. Like he seems to think that after the war is done, the entire Gulf region will be like a wasteland. So let's listen to this.
Nowadays with AI, with technology, what you can do is this. You can import labor. And I'm saying after this war is over, okay? When millions are dead and the Gulf states are destroyed. I mean, you have a lot of loss of life in Iran as well, and in Israel as well. And Israel's trying to be the global empire. So it needs labor, as you point out, right? So what do? Well, you import the labor from India, from China, and from the Philippines. What do? You microchip them. Right? So that you can surveil them. You can control their emotions. You feed them drugs.
This nigga motherfucking pulled out the Aaron Russo conspiracy card. Son of a bitch. It's like, now Jiang is talking about the microchips and the V-chips and shit. It's like, nigga, we been talking about this shit. Because Aaron Russo said it. And we following patterns because of motherfucking Elon Musk with the motherfucking Neuralink. This motherfucker is feeding off every conspiracy theory talking point. Is anybody catching that? already motherfucking exposed his ass on his motherfucking credentials and exposed his ass for motherfucking saying he getting downloads. Saying that, like, y'all think I have a script? Nope, I get downloads and I just present the information based on these 3 things from Isaac Asimov's books. Yo, you can't make this shit up.
Same shit that we was already motherfucking saying. It's like they get feeding off the vibe. Professor Jiang came to our space and listened to our talking points. But at the end of the day, like I already motherfucking put it out there, Aaron Russo. What's the whole goal? To get everybody chipped. I think that nigga saw an old Aaron Russo video and be like, yeah, that's a good talking point I can use. But the energy behind it is he's talking like he for certain. Me, I say this shit like, look, this is just a fucking theory. This is what they could be doing, but like this is according to what this motherfucker said. Only thing that we can do is just follow the motherfucking patterns. Okay, shit is leading to what the fuck Aaron Russo was saying. You know what I'm saying? You know?
You have like millions and millions, 100 million of these people who will be the humanoid robots of your empire. And it can all be done with current technology. You don't have to actually build new technology to do this, but you will need an AI surveillance state. And that's why Palantir is so valuable, right? Because
now he's talking about Palantir and shit. Oh my God. Nigga, the CCP told that nigga to hit all the talking points. China's smart. They know exactly what the fuck they doing with this guy. Put them over here, fuck up their propaganda and shit, get on some news platforms, pretend like you're a professor. You a spy that works for us now. Hey, you watch Professor Jiang? Hell no, that motherfucker's a fraud. I'd rather watch Jordan Peterson. At least that nigga got credentials. Motherfucker, this nigga, Professor Jiang should be a teacher from the movie Accepted by Justin Long and Louis Black, and the black guy from Stump the Yard and the white girl from whatever movie that was shit was on. But yeah, he qualifies to be in that school. And plus he got it's some controversy for having what they say a scam school. Like the movie Accepted. It was a scam school. You know what I'm saying? At least when I present motherfucking history, dog, I'm trying to give you all the facts that I possibly can and all the cross references and trying to tell you what books to read. But I also say, look, I don't know what's really going on. But we can follow these patterns and I, recommend y'all do your research. That's what I say. But this motherfucker is presenting shit like it's fact. That's not cool. Because when you do your research and you find out the truth on your own, you're going to be like, Dr. Jiang is fucking fraud. But the thing about it is, ain't nobody is quick enough to catch this motherfucker. So shout out to the little people that's on YouTube that is catching this motherfucker and making videos about it. There's only maybe 4. There's only 4. But everybody is brainwashed by it. Do not be brainwashed by it. Do not. This motherfucker getting downloads from his head. He ain't even making a curriculum. He's acting like he's talking to a class that no one is in. This motherfucker I'm like, I think the CCP is forcing this nigga to shoot out videos of propaganda so he can make amends to China. I think Dr. Jiang is probably in danger. I think he probably got a gun to his says, keep on making these clips. Get the American people to follow you. And you know what's crazy? What might be crazy is if anybody do come out and say something about him being a fraud, they're going to put in that motherfucking Asian hate bill type shit. They be like, you hate Asians, you're racist. They're going to try to call me racist for going against Dr. Jiang. Well, bitch, I'm Dr. Blight. Man. And hashtag fuck YouTube. If they not freezing my chat where I can't see y'all comments, they kicking me out. So we're gonna try to be cool.
The idea is for these companies, these AI companies
Fuck that. I ain't gonna be cool. Being cool ain't got me a goddamn thing. Someone call the police. I don't care. Call them. They can't do anything to me.
Are being incubated in the United States, volunteers specifically, to come over to Judaica, to come over to Israel and run the surveillance state. And so you basically have a slave state, and then you introduce transhumanism, where all in the world, they can go to Jerusalem and experience all this transhumanist technology, organ transplants that allow them to live 150 years.
Why is he talking about transhumanism? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's hitting all of our talking points. Everything is conspiratorial. Nothing he's saying is rooted in fact. Even we is like, yo, look, this shit is leading towards transhumanism. You know what I'm saying? These are the patterns for it. But he's actually saying, yo, this is going to be transhumanism. It's going to be AI robots enslaving y'all. Everybody's going to be motherfucking chipped. It's like, yo. That's conspiratorial, fear-mongering. Say, look, this is what I think might happen. Don't present that shit like it's going to be a fucking fact. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Until we fucking see the shit, we don't know what the fuck going on. But like what we do know is the patterns is leading up towards transhumanism. You know, and Palantir, this nigga talking about surveillance state. We might have more videos on Dr. Jiang. He might have more. Probably.
No different from the shit that I be talking when I be going down my rabbit holes on my live. Professor Jiang, you know better than a fucking regular content creator like myself. But I'm not posing as a professor. And when I call myself Dr. Blight, that's just a metaphor because I'm about to operate on y'all brain cells with this fucking 44. Bly. The doctor is about to operate.
So that's the very idea of Judaica, right? Capital needs to move to a more safe place, which is Israel. But also, these oligarchs, they want to achieve a transhumanist vision of the world. And so Israel has this technology, but also they want to create a surveillance state in order to maintain permanent control of the world.
So the scenario he's presenting you about the entire Middle East, again, is just something that's not happening. He's saying there's going to be millions and millions of people dead after the war of Iran. I don't think people who study international relations will tell you that millions and millions of people are going to die. The whole Gulf region will be utterly... That's just not going to happen. You can, of course, think of a worst-case scenario where America puts a massive boots-on-the-ground invasion and this drags on. Iran start attacking the Gulf states even more and the Gulf states get involved, and it's pretty devastating to the entire region. But I do think, because of global economic forces and how important this region is, and also even some of the statements coming out of the US recently, I don't think there's a desire from basically any party, and even Israel as well, to escalate this into just the most insane war in the region, like the worst war you've seen since...
Right, the insane war of millions and millions of death. Not just on Iran side, but on Israel's side too. Just like constant death everywhere. Like if that's the case, just nuke, blow the bitches off the goddamn map if y'all talking about millions of casualties on both sides. You know what I'm saying? It almost leads towards fear-mongering. Almost leads towards it. But that's why we can say, like, we can only speculate, man. But, like, understand what you're talking about when it comes to foreign relations and policies and shit. Don't nobody want millions and millions of death on both ends. Because who the fuck gonna run the shit? If everybody goddamn dead on both sides.
Gulf War or the Iran-Iraq War. I just don't think that's going to happen personally, and I would say most people would agree with that. But let's also talk about the stuff he's saying. Now, I don't know if he actually believes this or it's a grift, but you can understand why this guy has become like catnip to anti-Zionists, and especially ones who might not be leftist or anti-capitalist or just poorly educated, because what he's saying there is something that does resemble the new, like, plan for Gaza, basically. They're talking about bringing in like these surveillance systems, this currency, and basically building this colony for Israel that would be like a slave state for the Palestinians who live there
for the benefit of like Western capitalism and the Western elite generally. So when you see all that happening, and here comes a guy who says, yeah, all that stuff that's about to happen in Gaza, with this stuff being run by like Jared Kushner and this Gaza border peace and all this bullshit, they're actually going to do this to the entire Middle East. And because you hate Israel so much, you would tend to believe this guy. But again, the scenario he is presenting you, that the Middle East will just be completely devastated for Israel to completely rule over it, is also based in his ridiculous theory that Israel is going to become a new global empire. And another part of that as well is Israel already does that with Southeast Asian labor. So do the Gulf states as well, with like labor from South Asia and the Philippines and stuff. It's not necessarily something that could never happen, but combined with all his other statements, he's presenting you a ridiculous scenario, not based in any reality that will happen, but because it takes from something that is happening already in terms of the Gaza stuff, you would tend to believe this guy and think he has some sort of credibility. Now, he also talked about Jared Kushner being the new Jeffrey Epstein, and again, the ramblings of a drunk guy in the pub, because he's all over the place. We're just talking about every random conspiracy theory, and people are treating him as some sort of credible academic. So
exactly. He's talking about every conspiracy theory, just because that one got through. Yeah, we went to war with Iran. Yo, he's the new Nostradamus. Like, fuck all that. Now, after that, now he's going to all of our motherfucking talking points of all of our conspiracies and just enhancing on it. He's the motherfucking nigga. It's like that. If we say something, they be like, you got that from Professor Jiang. Like, bitch, what? I've been saying this shit way before this motherfucker even existed. A whole bunch of people before me been saying this shit since the 80s and 90s. Shit, transhumanism, what? The fucking chips in our body. Motherfuckers been talking about that shit. He just trying to motherfucking get all this shit out the way, so like when something else happened, he'd be like, yeah, Professor Jiang said it. No, bitch, I said it first. No, bitch, Bobby Hemmett or Brother Paddock said it first. Aaron Russo said it first. Or, here's a good one. The Simpsons said it first. The Simpsons.
This. He's also talking to Sneeko, by the way, which I think should be a massive red flag to people. When
yeah, true red flag. You're talking to Sneeko, okay? Fuck the bullshit. You're talking to Sneeko.
Who replaced him? And then you ask yourself, okay, who is Jared Kushner? And why is he involved in Ukrainian peace negotiations? Why is he an envoy to Israel on behalf of Trump? And why is he participating in the Iranian peace negotiations? Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are envoys who went to Ukraine and negotiated with Putin to end the war. They met with Zelensky to end the war. They are very close to Netanyahu. And then they represented Trump in peace negotiations with the Iranians. Who are these people? Right? Jared Kushner is a replacement for Jeffrey Epstein. And it all makes sense if you think about it that way. And so what are these guys trying to do? They're trying to fulfill...
This is a replacement for Jeffrey Epstein. No, motherfucker. All those billionaires are the replacement for Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein just one motherfucker. Get everybody focused on one guy, but all y'all motherfuckers are billionaires that do the same shit. Epstein, I guess y'all sacrificial lamb, whether metaphorically or literally. I'm saying metaphorically because we don't believe that motherfucker dead. But like at the same time, yo, Sneeko, question this motherfucker real quick.
Ecology. They're trying to position world events in a certain way that would accelerate the collapse of the world, which is what Jeffrey Epstein did. Remember, we only have at most 50% of his email. It's possibly, it could be 2% of his emails. We know nothing about what he was doing during 9/11. In fact, you may not know this, but Howard Lutnick, who was chairman of Cantor Fitzgerald, the firm. His firm was 600 dead, about 1 quarter, 70,000 deaths. Miraculously, he wasn't there. He and his brother were not there. Right. He's the current Secretary of Commerce under Trump today. Next door neighbor to Epstein. Epstein lived in building 9. Howard Lutnick lived in building 11. So you know, right? Like, what a strange coincidence that is. 9/11, right? So we can assume that there was involvement. Jeffrey Epstein was involved in 9/11. He was involved with Libya. He was involved with the 2008 Great Financial Crisis. So this guy was clued in on all these geopolitical events. So who was this guy, and what was he doing? And if you think about it, it's very similar to what Jared Kushner is doing today, right? Where Jared Kushner is working in finance. He's got $2 billion from the Saudis, and now he's manipulating events in the Middle East. And again, the point is to bring about the end times, which is what Tucker Carlson talked about. Right. And like you can't talk
like this to bring about the end times. Nigga, you're nuts. You're fucking nuts. And I thought I was crazy.
It's to bring on the end times. So you telling me, Professor Jiang, you believe in the prophecy of that crazy ass culture? Nigga, mind you from China. Y'all supposed to be believing in the Shinto dragons and shit. Man, this is the propaganda that the Chinese told that nigga to put out. Don't talk about us though. Talk about everything else and everyone else. Don't talk about us. Nigga, China is so motherfucking devastating. This motherfucker talk about like Germany and Israel might be the new superpower. No, China is going to be the new fucking superpower, you fuck. Due to what's going on, like due to the innovation process, due to the, you know, the technologically advanced shit that they working with. Same for Russia. You know what I'm saying? But like real shit. What's the big three? America, China, and Russia. Who's gonna be the global superpower? Everybody care about this global shit, in which all leads back to New World Order. They all working together. This is all one big dog and pony show. But what's crazy is Dr. Jiang is playing off people conspiracy theories and stuff. You know, posing as a professor and shit. It's like, yes, I got a prediction, right? Let me just keep going. Let's talk about all the conspiracy theories. Let's just talk about them all. He throwing out videos back to back, bro. He is not sleeping or rested at all. And this motherfucker on it.
This is why I think China got that nigga some type of motherfucking, you know, like a motherfucking school with a classroom, but it's heavily guarded. You can't see the guard. There's nobody in the classroom though. But I guarantee you was at least 2 guards behind the motherfucking main door. Wait for that nigga to say something about China. Say something about the motherfuckers that brought you back in. You know this shit ain't supposed to happen. That shit ain't supposed to happen. This is like a rare event with this guy. It's very rare. This is why some people say he's a CIA plant. Because niggas that get deported from China don't supposed to come back. And real shit, their form of deporting is nigga deleting your ass. Sometimes they come to another country and pick you up. So like, yo, for him to come back after you was deported for being a possible spy? Yo, the whole red flag is when you find out that he's not a professor, y'all should just wrap the shit up right there. You're not even in the field of history or geopolitics. And your first video gives it away. You don't have a curriculum. You're doing shit based off 3 theories and something from an Isaac Asimov book. And you saying you getting downloads. Like that right there. Just like this guy's that's breaking them down. It's like this is like a random guy rambling in a pub or rambling in a bar. You know, it's called a bar in the States, but it's called a pub over there. We got an Irish pub over here though.
News. This nigga on small platforms, big platforms, high platforms. Like what? Yeah. This shit ain't for China. This shit's motherfucking for you. This is for you. Because I forgot what I saw. I forgot what I saw. They said like China is allowing him to put this type of content all over there. You know,
because how about apparently a person in public.
Video,
I watched Kirk Colson's discussion. And he didn't really say anything. Okay, I mean, like, it was not that. I mean, like, it was just all publicly available information about Habib Lubavitch. He was attacked constantly online for just mentioning Habib Lubavitch, right? But if you want to understand how everything works, just go do an investigation about Habib Lubavitch. Look at the eschatology.
So he's still banging on about all these people trying to bring about the end of the world, while also saying that Jared Kushner is basically the replacement for Jeffrey Epstein. And yeah, like, I hope people think this guy sounds insane, because he does to me. Now, Jared Kushner and Jeffrey Epstein are extremely different. Jared Kushner, who is the son of a slumlord who was put in prison by Chris Christie, which is really funny. He's married to Donald Trump's daughter. He's always been like a very, very public figure. I know he's like very, very corrupt, but he has all these investments and he's leading these, and he's helping with like the Saudi investment fund. He's like a face of all this stuff. Jeffrey Epstein was not running about as the face of the US government in Saudi Arabia,
Ukraine and places like that. But if it feels like such a different role, Jeffrey Epstein was likely working for Mossad to gather blackmail material on loads of high-ranking people in the United States with the help of Ghislaine Maxwell. He wasn't working for like the Clinton government or the Bush government to do deals with them. Like the only connection you're drawing is that here are two people who have some sort of allegiance to Israel and they're very wealthy. And yeah, you can make the comparison that both of them had like financial ties to the Gulf states and financial ties to Israel and America. You can't really make the comparison that they served the exact same role. It's just based on someone like grasping at straws and being like, oh yeah, Jeffrey Epstein, he did this. Oh, Jared Kushner is another like rich Jewish guy with similar connections. He's the replacement, and they're all trying to usher in the end times. I'm going to throw in a 9/11 conspiracy theory that like Israel did 9/11. They're talking about Howard Lutnick not going to the World Trade Center on 9/11 because apparently he knew that it was going to be destroyed. All of this other stuff, right? And even if you are someone who is an academic and has an academic background, and you maybe want to believe some theories about certain things like JFK and 9/11, all these things, you're not going to go around and tell people like, yeah, this is actually true, and all of these people working towards Armageddon. Again, this guy just comes across as an
right. That's how Professor Jiang is presenting it. He's presenting it like this shit is true, instead of being like, "Look, this is my opinion, or this is my theory, or this is my speculation." He's coming off as, "I'm a professor. I got credentials. This is the truth." So it's like, so people are studying what he's saying and just using their common sense, critical thinking, comprehension skills. At the end of the day, some of this shit is all, like a majority of this shit is all conspiracy theory and speculation. We got to put two and two together, do our research and do our cross references and be like, okay, but still though, we're not going to come off, pause, like Dr. Jiang is, like what we're saying is true. We're going to be like, look, this is just theory. This is just speculation. This is after all our research come up to my final conclusion. I'm not going to confirm that this shit is a fact unless I say, and that's a fact. You feel me? But yeah.
It's like madman. Hey, I got a man. Now let's also get into his view about Iran inspiring some sort of Islamic uprising around the world. So here is another piece of a lecture where he talks about this. This is another clip that's gone viral for all the people who have no brain cells, but listen to this.
So the first thing that the Iranians want to do is create a jihad to unite all the Shia against the American empire. All right, so what they want to do is create an uprising.
What Iran do is want to create an uprising. Iran didn't want to do shit, nigga. They was attacked for no reason. That right there squashes everything. Iran want to do what? Iran didn't have a Tomahawk missile to motherfucking blow up their own fucking school full of girls. That right there shatters everything. Right there, it's over.
Happening, guys. You have all the Shia against the American empire. All right, so what they want to do is create an uprising. It's already happening, guys. The Shia in Pakistan stormed the American embassy in Pakistan, and the Americans killed a lot of people, okay? The Shia have attacked the American embassy in Iraq. The American embassy are being attacked in a lot of places, right? So the first strategy is to create an international global jihad of the Shia against the American empire. And it's already happening. It will continue for a long...
Let me tell you something. American spots are being attacked. How about they're being attacked because it's retaliation after what fucking happened? Y'all blew up a school with girls in it. Bombed the fucking country, killed their Ayatollah. Everybody rising up against all this American bullshit and Israel. So you going back to the beginning. It's like it's because of the war. This is why they want to have global annihilation or Armageddon. It's like, come on now. Like, is it the break of the holy war or is it to rule the world? Which one is it? You feel me?
Long time, because the Americans have killed the Khamenei, okay? And that requires vengeance. The other thing, though, is that it can...
Yeah, that requires vengeance. The driving force, we're going to take over the world because we want revenge. So we're going to take over the whole world in the process. No.
The real true revenge is motherfucking killing the motherfuckers that fucked you over. That's the United States government and Israel. Fuck up the militaries over there, get rid of them all, go back to your peace and quiet and wait for the nuke to be dropped. Or get the hell out the fucking region.
Unify the Muslim world. Okay? You look at this map, most of the Muslim world is actually run by dictatorships that are not popular at all, okay? And they're allowed to exist because they're like an empire, right? You go to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot because I'm going to be slashing like a motherfucker. Yo, Alki, check out this show. You probably already seen it. It's a show called Into the Badlands. Like after the fucking world was destroyed, everybody went back to swords. Woo! That shit is lit. Check out Into the Badlands. It's only 3 seasons. Only 3. But it's some good shit. First season is fucking beautiful. Epic. Second season, it expands on the story and the lore. Third season, like it's all right. But it's a good climax. I can give it that. It's a good climax. You ever watched it yet? Thanks for sure. Check that shit out. Understand the lore of, it's like this. Once you watch it, like it start off like you see motherfuckers with swords and motherfucking fight scenes and shit. Great choreography also. Great choreography is all I gotta say. And you're gonna fall in love with the widow, because I fell in love with the widow. She's the only eye candy in the show, so you're gonna have no fucking choice. Right? And plus, she's a redhead goddess. My goddess sponsor. Hey, man. But anyway, she's the only eye candy of the show. And but when you watch it, like when you first start off, it's like, okay, like motherfuckers got swords. Like you would think they're in the age. Like you don't find out that like shit is kind of modern a little bit. It's like, wait a minute, is this post-apocalyptic? And then you find out about barons and shit, and like how the society is. You're like, oh shit. And then it expands on a story on like what happened to the world before it went like this. And man, it's awesome. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. First season, 10 out of 10. Second season, I give it a 9 out of 10. Last season, 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? It kind of goes down a little bit, because like, I'm a big TV show and like movie buff, and it'll like, like there's certain small elements that kind of stands out and like, that's not good writing type shit, you know what I'm saying? But the first season, 10 out of fucking 10, because it establishes the characters. Second season, it expands on the lore on what the fuck happened at the end of season 1. But oh my fucking God, it's a great fucking show. But definitely, but like overall, but like the overall point, I give it a solid 9, probably like a 9.5. You like 9.5 out of 10. Great fucking show. Because like I was putting that bitch on my DVR every week. I'm like, shit, I want my new Supernatural. Put that on my DVR. Rick and Morty, Doctor Who, and Into the Badlands. But yeah, that shit was nice. The Widow, woo, god damn, I want to bend the Widow over. I'm like, baby, swing those blades while I hit it from the back. For real. The Widow. Yeah, but shit, you can read a character synopsis. Or like a season synopsis, and you probably get a whole glimpse of it, of what it is. As a matter of fact, is it on any streaming service? But if you find it, watch it. Like if you find, because After it got canceled, I ain't heard from that bitch since. And like Into the Badlands was a minute ago. This was a minute ago. I think this was like what? Shit. Between 2015 and 2017. Yeah. Yep. I was right. 2015. Yep. I was right. 2015 and 2017. Yep. Straight up 2015. Yep. Yeah, this shit cold. This shit is fucking cold. And I forgot the guy that played in Shaun of the Dead is in it too. He pops up around season 2. Like if y'all seen Shaun of the Dead, the big guy, that motherfucker in it. And that nigga can whoop your ass. That nigga can fight. That nigga can fight. His name is Benji in the show. But like the star, what's his name? Daniel Wu. Yep. Now, I'm going to get this out the way now. You're going to be really irritated by the boy. You're going to be irritated by the boy. You're going to be irritated. You're going to be like, all right, he could be a likable character, but you're going to grow to hate that little motherfucker. You're going to grow to hate that little nigga. You're going to grow to hate that little fucker. I'm telling you that now. But, but yeah, it's a post-apocalyptic martial arts action drama. And they got away with this shit. This was very creative. It was unique. And it was something to motherfucking battle against that motherfucking woke shit. Because like around this time, this when that woke shit was really starting to pop off. So like for it to still like manage its seasons and shit, it fought through it. It fought through that shit. Because they had like a good 3 seasons. A great 3 seasons. First season is the best though. First season is the best. It established everybody. I'll find everything. Better know. That's what's up. All right. I think we got probably one more from Dr. Jiang. Oh, no, I forgot. Let me finish this out.
These places, they're all run by clients of their empire, right? So you rally the people who hate their governments and you overthrow them, then that makes Iran the leader of the Islamic world. That's just
what? Get the fuck out of here. With that, what he just said, put that over here to our country. The blacks, the natives, our government fucked us up and our ancestors. So we come together for revenge. Now we're the leaders of the empire now. So let's go back real quick.
Their governments, and you overthrow them, run by clients of their empire, right? So you rally the people who hate their governments, and
you're around people who hate their governments, and you reform them. You don't need to reform anybody to hate their government. The only thing the person needs to do to hate their government is motherfucker prepare, stockpile some shit, and go out there and blast. They don't need to be reformed, and that's real.
Throw them, then that makes Iran the leader of the Islamic world. Not just the Shia world, but the Islamic world. Let's create something called Pax Islamica. That is the end goal, guys. Okay? If you do that, then you don't have to worry about the Americans and the Israelis anymore. Right? So the Israeli game plan, the American game plan, is to fracture Iran into ethnic enclaves, and they'll fight over water for the rest of their lives, and they'll die. The Iranian game plan is to create a religious war, a crusade, that unifies the Shia people, that overthrows the American empire, and establishes something called the Pax Islamica. War, a crusade, that unifies the Shia people, that overthrows the American empire, and establishes something called the Pax Islamica.
I feel even stupid trying to explain why this guy is wrong. Like, I'm just like, shouldn't this just be so obvious to people why this is wrong? But I guess because he's so popular, I need to explain it. So he's saying the goal of Iran in this war is to inspire an Islamic jihad around the entire world, which will actually result in all the populations of the US client states in the region overthrowing their governments, and Iran will be the ruler of all these. And that's their goal.
Yeah. So me starting a revolution but Iran is my leader. Get the fuck out of here. We're going to reform people that hate their governments, but Iran is going to be the center of all this. See how crazy that sounds?
Iran don't think that. No one thinks that. Do Iran honestly think the Egyptian people are going to overthrow their government because of the war in Iran? No. And we've seen this as well because...
Right. Like, I'm going to overthrow my government because the war in Iran. No, if I want to overthrow my government, it'd be because y'all fucked over my ancestors. Fuck what's going on in Iran.
Most Sunni Arabs and Sunnis in the Middle East and around the world, they obviously are super supportive of Palestine. And Egypt is right next door to Israel and Palestine, and they didn't overthrow their government despite them being complicit in the genocide in Gaza. So why would these people then overthrow their governments because of the US war in Iran? They won't. Now, what he is pointing at is something that is real, is that, yes, various Shia populations in Iraq, in Bahrain, in Pakistan have started attacking the US embassies in Pakistan, Shia minority.
Right. Now, like we said, there is some shit that he's saying is right, but you can't mix bullshit with your truth to confuse people. Just
It's a religious divide in Iraq, and Shia aren't like the only group there. And in Bahrain, they're obviously ruled by a brutal authoritarian government, which is helped by the other Gulf states in the region to put down the population when they have an uprising like they did in 2011. This is just simply not happening. This is not something that Iran thinks will happen. And although I will say, I think the relationship between Shia and Sunni Islam is way more nuanced and complex from people who often frame it. They act like all of these people just hate each other and they would never be friends with each other and they'd never get on. And we even see...
Right. And plus it goes back to biblical shit. This is why they add the biblical shit, because the Sunnis and the Shiites is the sons of Isaac and the sons of Ishmael type shit. It's all motherfucking biblical to add to that shit also. They don't want to talk about that part.
In terms of geopolitics, Iran has funded Hamas for the longest time as well. At the same time, your average Joe in Algeria is not waging a jihad on his government because of the US.
And plus, Jiang is not even mentioning that the CIA is controlling both sides of this goddamn war. The CIA is Mossad. CIA is Hamas. CIA was Al-Qaeda. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to Israel, just look up the Balfour Declaration. You know, like everything will be in perspective. Like, wow, the royal oligarchs sitting back, rubbing their hands like Birdman, like, yes, watch them kill each other and be confused over politics and religion. They pulling all the goddamn strings.
War in Iran and the Israeli war in Iran. It's just not happening. And if you study the region at all, if you study these religions, if you study just the game plan of Iran in this war, they are not banking on a huge uprising from their Sunni neighbors. And also lots of these people exist in countries that don't particularly like Iran either. So why would they overthrow their own governments to help with Iran? Like, why are the Saudi people going to overthrow the Saudi Arabian monarchy to help Iran? And that's even if they could do it, which they definitely can't, because all of these governments are armed to the teeth by the United States, and the United States would intervene in a lot of them if there was a huge uprising, especially in a country like Saudi Arabia. So yeah, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Pax Islamica, like, he's just making shit up. He's just read the news and come into his class and tried to draw like connections between everything. He's making stuff up. He doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. And let's just put a nail in the coffin, because if you're still watching this video and think this guy knows anything, let's actually use a case study, because we've been talking a lot about geopolitics and the situation in Iran. So let's wind it back. Let's talk about his version of
the Bolshevik revolution.
Let's actually use a case study, because we've been talking a lot about geopolitics and the situation in Iran. So let's wind it back.
Video, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
His version of the Bolshevik revolution, which either this guy is summarizing so badly he removes all context, like that is actually important to these lectures, or he literally just reads Wikipedia before he starts and makes up his own version of it. So he has a video called Game Theory, the Communist Spectre. Now, I don't want to make a video about how wrong he... maybe I will, but like, the video starts off about him talking about communism, which is probably as bad as you imagine, but I want to talk about the history part. So I've clipped 3 bits of him talking about the Bolshevik Revolution, and I just want to talk about why he's so wrong, and his conclusion at the end is just like absolutely insane. So let's start with this.
The Romanovs have been in power in Russia for 100 years, okay? And the Romanovs are beloved by the peasants, and they themselves are part of the Orthodox tradition. They're also relatives of the nobility of Europe, okay? So England and Germany. All right. So this is the Tsar Nicholas II. The Tsar here is Nicholas II. Okay. And these are all his relatives. This is the Romanov dynasty. Now, when the revolution broke out, you would think that they would just run away to Europe, So the question then is, why would they stick around? The answer is, they never believed they were in danger. Okay? First of all, they could not expect the Bolsheviks to win out. But also, they're beloved by the peasants. They're part of the Orthodox Church tradition. And they have relatives who are the most powerful people in Europe, including in England, including in Germany, right? The Kaiser. So they thought they were fine. But then something strange happens. The Bolsheviks decides to kill every one of them. Okay? They wipe out the Romanov family. Between 17 and 18 members of the Romanov family were assassinated. And you're like, that makes no sense. Why would they do that? By doing that, first of all, you piss off the peasants, right? You turn the peasants against you because the peasants love the royal family. You now get the families of Europe pissed off at you because you killed their relative, but also you come across as fanatical and on revolution, okay? And then you piss off the Orthodox as well. So these communists are fanatics.
He doesn't mention the 1905 revolution. He doesn't mention the February revolution that caused the Tsar to abdicate and the provisional government that was set up afterwards, which wasn't dominated by the Bolsheviks. And then obviously the Bolshevik revolution came after that. So he doesn't give the audience any of that context. And also when he talks about them assassinating the royal family, they kill them during the Civil War because they're worried about them being freed and the whites having this new figurehead to restore the monarchy in Russia. So he gave you none of that context. The context this guy gave you is there isn't even World War I happening. He doesn't tell his audience anything about this. And if you don't know about any of his history, which you might not, all you're seeing is, yeah, the Bolsheviks were unhappy. Here were these lovely monarchs who were loved by the peasants, loved by the Orthodox Church, and the Bolshevik commies one day just decided we're going to kill you all. No, that's not what happened. And do I think he even knows that? Based on everything else he said, I don't think he's being malicious in terms of he's presenting you something where he omits loads of context out of a more sinister motive, because anyone can fact check this and just be like, well, you're fucking lying. I think he genuinely doesn't know some of this stuff, and he might have just like read this on like ChatGPT. I'm not even joking. So let's get into the next clip.
Why would they do that? Okay? And the answer is this. The Romanovs had billions and billions of dollars in foreign banks. Okay? In the city of London, on Wall Street. Okay? A lot of their wealth, billions and billions of dollars, is stored overseas. What happens if they die? What happens if they all die? Right? Guess what? These billions now belong to the foreign banks. That's a lot of money, man. And in fact, this is exactly what happened where they all died and the foreign banks just took control over this money. And this is one of the great controversies of the 20th century. Okay? The government of Russia has been trying for a long time to get this money back. And the foreign bank's like, well, you don't own this money. It's the Romanovs who own this money. Okay? So this is evidence that the communists and the capitalists actually are friends. They're working together. Okay? Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah, to put it in clear terms, Professor Jiang thinks that the Bolsheviks killed the Romanovs, so Western bankers could get access to the Romanov funds. And they didn't care that the Bolsheviks would take over Russia and make it into the Soviet Union and completely close it off to Western capital for decades and decades and decades. None of them cared about that. They just wanted access to the Romanov fortune, worth so much more than all that other stuff. So they funded the Bolshevik Revolution, and the only reason that the Bolsheviks killed them was because of this. Let me show you where he actually gets this, because he cites an actual historian.
All right, another thing is that, again, the Bolsheviks are not that popular. Okay? The peasants are pissed off at them because they just killed a noble family. There aren't that many workers. So how can they fight this war? Well, they fight this war using mercenaries, okay? From Latvia, from China, from the Hungarians, okay? So there's over 200,000 of these mercenaries. And you're like, wait a minute here. How do these guys get paid? The Bolsheviks don't have any money. How are they getting paid? Right? And the answer is, well, Wall Street, guys. Wall Street and the city of London gave the Bolsheviks money to pay these mercenaries. It was Wall Street who paid for these mercenaries. And you're like, why would they do that? Again, capitalists and communists work well together, okay? Then you have the Allies, right? So Britain, America, France, Japan sent these huge armies to Russia. And everyone thought, okay, it should destroy communism because these are capitalists. They're afraid of the communists. But in fact, that's not what happened, okay? They went to collect debt. Russia owed these countries money. The Bolsheviks paid off this debt. So then the Allies left and attacked the whites. Okay? All right? So the Allies helped the Bolsheviks, and Wall Street gave money to the Bolsheviks for mercenaries. Capitalists and communists work well together because they have a similar worldview. So this is a passage from a book called Wall Street and the Russian Revolution. By destroying their tradition, by destroying their wealth, by destroying their religion, by destroying their nobility, it made the Soviet Union now much more amenable to capitalism. That's what happened when the Soviet Union fell. It became capitalist. Okay, so it shows us is that capitalism and communism are not enemies. They're partners in world conquest, and that's what the 20th century is about.
So again, the ramblings of an absolute lunatic who thinks communists and capitalists are best friends, and that Russia actually went back to being capitalist because of all this stuff that happened in the Bolshevik Revolution, which set the foundations. It wasn't actually radically that different. It's again just not engaging with any history. He's saying that that it went back to being capitalist because communism isn't so different. The Soviet Union and that era of communism was radically different to the capitalist systems we see today, and radically different to what came after in Russia. We've all read about IMF shock therapy in Russia and how it completely destroyed just every single quality of life metric in Russia after the fall of the Soviet Union. But also this plays into generally a lot of Nazi conspiracy theories about the Bolsheviks. So Judeo-Bolsheviks is a term that the Nazis would use, and it's basically, it was spread by white Russians fleeing after the end of the Civil War, which they lost, and they went to Europe and said, the Jews are taking over. The Jews are taking over, and they're funded by the elites in Wall Street, they're funded by the Jewish bankers in the city of London, and they're taking over, and you're next. If you do not stop communism, the Jews are going to take over, and that's what they thought this was. So regurgitating this to your audience and saying it's actually a fact that actually bankers funded the Bolsheviks to overthrow these governments for Wall Street to steal all the wealth of the royal families is basically bordering on an anti-Semitic conspiracy theory. He uses that historian at the end to justify what he says, and I've read lots of criticism of that work because I was curious. I'd never heard of this guy before, and although he points out to some links between some people in the Bolsheviks and Western financial elites, it's not evidence to suggest that the Bolshevik uprising was designed by Wall Street to claim the Romanov fortune. So yeah, this guy is just totally insane. You've seen no context of the war. Says that all the European countries that actually fought the Bolsheviks for years, they actually sided with the Bolsheviks to defeat the whites at the end. Didn't actually happen. So he's just the same, and even his view of the Romanovs as being like somewhat popular is crazy. The Bolsheviks were obviously popular because they were fighting for a new system of government after centuries of brutally being ruled by the Tsar, and they won not because of Western capital funding foreign mercenaries. They did have obviously foreigners fighting for them, but the Allies had loads of foreigners fighting for them at the same time. It was this more internationalist conflict, and the victory of the Bolsheviks over the whites was because of people who believed ideologically in changing the Russian state into something more positive. But this is just one example. I would be horrified to listen to this guy talk about anything, and I'm actually driven myself crazy listening to him talk about loads of different stuff because he's so wrong about everything. It's not like Jordan Peterson, who obviously knows what he's talking about when it comes to some things, and then says a load of random crap about like things he has no background in. This guy is just wrong about everything. He's wrong about international relations. He's wrong about history. Totally wrong to the point of like he's making up fan fiction of history. Like this thing he's just presented to you here, that's a fan fiction of what happened. It doesn't talk about the Russian Civil War properly. It doesn't talk about the two revolutions in 1917. It doesn't talk about the 1905 revolution. It doesn't even talk about the First World War, which made the Tsar insanely unpopular. It doesn't talk about any of those things. It just talks about how those radical commies were in the pay of Wall Street bankers to overthrow the Romanovs, so those Wall Street bankers could get access to the Romanov fortune, and that's proved by when the Soviet Union fell, it went capitalist again. I swear, listening to Alex Jones is often more coherent than listening to this guy speak about geopolitics, but yeah, like, I could make a part 2 to this video. If you guys want that, let me know. But to summarize all this stuff, this guy's only academic background is in English literature. He has no background in geopolitics. He has no background in history. And I think that is very evident when you listen to him speak about any of these things. But basically what's made him popular is one prediction, which people say made him the Nostradamus of geopolitics, and also loads and loads of stuff about Israel being bad and being the worst thing ever, which he's not wrong about there in many ways, but also that allows him to say the most insane shit without challenge because the people who love him primarily are anti-Israel, and he's also playing into a lot of stuff about Islam being the best thing ever at the moment because this guy probably knows his audience, or he's just batshit insane and has just made up this insane political theory. He calls it game theory, but it seems to be completely revolving around the idea that the US and Israel do everything for religious reasons, and you can see his anti-communism come through where he basically regurgitates a Nazi conspiracy theory to talk about why the Bolsheviks weren't actually fighting for any ideological reasons. They were fighting purely for Western elites and Western capital to get access to the Romanov fortune. Again, insane, stupid. But let me know about any other stuff you've seen about this guy, any other lectures you've watched where
he's just like the most insane person ever. Guy is just the least credible person ever. He shouldn't be platformed by anyone on the left. He shouldn't be platformed by anyone reputable. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He has no academic credentials. He's never actually said anything interesting or something that is a prediction that no one would expect and is based purely on his own political theory. It's none of that. It's just a random guy who is saying loads of random shit on the internet, and he's packaging it in a way that makes you think he's smart. And if you are a dumbass, if you're someone who didn't have a good education, and if you're someone who believes everything someone with a whiteboard says to you, maybe you think he actually has some things that are important to listen to, but I would suggest that you don't listen to this guy. So that is it for the video. Let me know what you guys think.
All right, that's it for that. You already know what it is. Shouts out to everybody. Hope everybody having a cool day, cool afternoon, cool evening, and cool night. Shout out to everybody. That's Professor Jiang. You already know we had to expose him. We had to expose him. Get the fuck out of here. Don't fucking tell me that this shit happened again. Oh, that's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit. Oh, damn. Damn, that's some bullshit. Oh, no. Don't tell me that fucking happened. Get the fuck out of here. Somebody really hating. Hashtag fuck YouTube. Hashtag fuck YouTube. Damn. Yeah, I'm reading. Oh my God, I'm reading it now. Yeah. Please, everyone know for me. Have an amazing. Those bastards deleted Vanta's channel. Somebody is out here reporting my girl, y'all. On some real shit. Someone reported Vanta. This is some bullshit. Because this is her brand new channel. This is a brand new channel. Brand new channel. Didn't even give her a strike. Just took the motherfucking shit away. Damn, this is some bullshit. This is why I say, Vanta, my channel was your channel. They done fucked up now. God damn. Yeah, somebody is hating. Somebody fucking hating. Somebody hating like a motherfucker. God damn. Now I gotta feel like I gotta. Nah. Damn. This some bullshit. Somebody is fucking hating. Whoever it is, fuck it. Like, rather if it's YouTube or somebody out there just reporting people's channels because y'all mad that she's over here. Like, shit, like however the gang go, man, this is some bullshit. We're going to get YouTube. For real, we're going to get those fuckers. We're going to get those fuckers. That's some bullshit. Damn. Because how I found out was like I was about to go to my phone and damn, this is some bullshit. Vanta, I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, yo, Vanta gonna have to make another channel. Damn. That's some bullshit. I wish I was a fucking hacker so I could find out who the like real shit, just like ruin your whole fucking life. Truly hating. some that I'm subscribed that she got a new channel. You know, and small number come here. This speculation, I ain't gonna blame him. Someone has reported her channel and she just got it. She didn't even get a fucking strike. You know what I'm saying? They just automatically got rid of the channel. So it's either someone is on some hating shit, or we have YouTube just getting rid of all that type. Is there an attack on ASMR content? And here's the there is no sex and nudity. That's a fucking lie. It's now. Dang. And she's not here to tell me to calm down. Oh my fucking God. Her channel the first time. I made a shitload of shorts there, you know, baby. I got you back. We gonna fuck these motherfuckers. So we gonna hit them like this, Vato. We're gonna hit them like this, and then I'm gonna have have to hit you up through the mail. But damn, man, that's some fucked up shit. Just got your fucking channel. You're on your third live video. Like, goddamn, what the fuck? Damn, man. Let me play something for my baby Vonta real quick.
Hurricane 313.
This a breath of the ancestors. With this time, my hawk, you get your head severed. Creep up in the building, get the fair records. My Beretta was gold plated with the suppressor. Feel the pressure of heavy rates, nothing lesser. I'm the god of storms, I control the weather. So clever, you fools should know better. When I come through, better run to the storm shelter. Flow better, hip hop is forever. We take the government down, we write no letters. Take hold of the crown, we make the throne better. I turn soul world into a Coachella. Pick up the pack of a pistol, poppy like pimple simple. People pack the pistols, the population of evil tremble. I resemble the revolution, no ancient temples. Haters better watch your tone, or they get dismembered. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. Cracking bottles, China, genocidal. These lyrics might hold the title. Carry Bibles, my goons, they carry rifle. Very tribal, sometimes we very primal. AR-15, I'm killing every rival. They say it's mediocre. Cut you up into pieces and leave your body parts inside your easy sofa. Be the soldier, you see my soldiers, they creeping over. Parkour type shit, you see us leaping over. Jackie Chan, you understand, you catching hands. Kick your ass through the van, I think he dead, man. Fuck a fizzle, the fragile fickle. Feel like I got a blast at the government quicker than anybody, nigga. Split your body apart and throw you in the river. This the revolution, you gotta deal with us. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the ancestors. Better watch your tone or get your head severed. This the breath of the. Yeah, man. For those who just coming in, somebody, some hater reported my baby's channel.
Now it could be either somebody or YouTube. Now the thing about it is, like, look, when she started her new channel, her first amount of subs was from my channel. So it's somebody that subbed to me. Pure analysis already. It's somebody that subbed to me. And it's somebody that came over here. That's what we do know. If it's somebody that reported her channel, because like she didn't even get a strike. Her channel just automatically fucking gone. Just got the fucking channel not too fucking long ago. This is like what like the third week of, and someone reports it. No. So it's either somebody that subscribed to me, because her new subscribers, you know, when she got a new channel, they all come from my channel. So it's somebody that's hating. YouTube is scanning for ASMR content, and they're lying, saying that it's sex and nudity involved. Yep, which leads back to motherfuckers are just gay. Like real shit. But okay, I just got word. She want me to calm down. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna be cool. But I gotta let it be known, because she wanted to be known, to let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I gotta accept this shit. As much as I hate this shit, as much as I fucking hate this shit right now. Like real shit. Go to my community motherfucking post. There is tags next to y'all comments when y'all leave it. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. That's why I'm saying that it could be YouTube. You know, it could be YouTube. And I'm going 60-40. 60% YouTube, 40% it could be somebody that subbed to me that has been in my chat and chatted. Somebody is fucking hating. Somebody is fucking hating. Real shit. Like, already weed out the people that it couldn't be. You know, like my day ones. You know, I know it ain't them. Like, for example, day one, like low key Jordan. You feel me? I know it ain't them. You know what I'm saying? And plus, some people came from Vonta's channel to come over here, you know. So, like I said, most people are not really here for me. They're here to see her and get her attention. You know what I'm saying? Some motherfuckers are here just because they want to get in where they fucking fit in, because they got no life of their own. Some motherfuckers like to put on a fucking mask and be fake. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It is what it is. I can only accept it. But I'm mad because we supposed to be chilling the night before the Detroit After Dark. You know what I'm saying? So, like, what I'm going to do after this, man, I'm about to probably make a song about haters. You know what I'm saying? I can't drop a YouTube short until like, I think it said like 2 something in the morning. I'm like, damn. I'm heated about that. I can't drop no YouTube shorts. But what I can do is make a couple more videos with some Bonnie and Clyde clips and just say, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Work on some music and try to get my motherfucking mind right, because this is some bullshit. So we're gonna do the Vonta video. See, this is the type of shit that make a person take a wrench from everybody. Maybe this what a person was trying to do. Yeah, take everybody's wrench, because you would never know who did it. No. No. I know what I would do. I'm gonna just keep on. I'm gonna 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 keep on. I'm g listening and watching for who could it be. But like at the end of the day, I know who my day ones are. I know it ain't y'all, so y'all good. Y'all good, but everybody else, I know it's some hating shit going on. And think about it is, why fucking hate when y'all can just get your own? Why everybody want to fuck with what I fuck? Everybody want to fuck with what I got. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably thinking, why is she fucking with him? Why is she with him? Why is they collaborating? He got a crazy channel and shit. You know what I'm saying? He talk reckless. Well, he like anime. Well, so do she, motherfucker. But anyway, man, I'm, you know, decisions, motherfucking decisions, man. But you know what? You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Show me my opponents. Where the fuck y'all at? About this channel, bitch ass niggas. Or was it YouTube? Either way, show me my opponent. Where's my opponent? I'ma kill them all, government. You don't want it, break. Keep it to components. Throw you in the ocean. Keep it with the fishes, bitches. Listen, I be on it. Start up while he's scoring. Pull off in the foreign. Don't get 60 seconds, hit the gas. Then I'm blowing like a river. Feeling like a winner. Got my fine chick, about to eat her for dinner. I've been on the mission. Never keep me slipping. Calling different ghouls, every bustin' at a bed building. In the lobby, dropping bodies like a fucking brew. Weeds ripping everybody. Show me my opponent. 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 This is my decision. Killing like a villain. Cut you up the ribbons, cause the government is tripping. Now I'm up in Cali. Chillin' with this daddy, going all in the baby girl, coming daddy, riding through the valley, smoking on the static, about to get this bird 50 straight in Cincinnati, gotta get this money, get back to the money, haters looking funny, cause I shot him in the stomach, motherfucker on the battle, do the one to battle, pulling out the shot and make your whole body rattle, don't wanna kill the chatter, see your body shatter, fillin' with the hurricane. Everybody scatter, show me my opponent, 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 show me my opponent. Bring out that BBU marching band. About to pack these motherfuckers up. Fuck YouTube and fuck them haters. Put your channel. Whether it's YouTube or some random motherfucker, we gonna fucking kill them all. Don't give a fuck. It's time to fucking pack them up. Pack them up, motherfucker. Let's kill them all. Don't give a fuck. It's time to fucking pack them up. Pack them up, motherfucker. Let's kill them all. Don't give a fuck. It's time to fucking pack them up. Pack them up, motherfucker. Let's kill them all. Don't give a fuck. It's time to fucking pack them up. Pack them up, motherfucker. We gon' shoot a cop, shoot a fed, shoot a judge in their head, prosecutor and the DA. We gon' leave them fuck dead. Don't like my music, so what? Get your crib blowed up. This is war music, only real rebels show up. Infiltrate the base, shoot you in the face. Raid the armory, pull off in the army tank. Fuck the government, shoot they ass to shit. Monetary system dead, time to roll bricks. Loading up the brick, time to catch some bodies, bitch. Everybody gon' be dead in this fucking lobby, bitch. Taking building down with the war leaders in it. Big bang attack, you can call me Vegeta, bitches. Kill them all, don't give a fuck. It's time to fucking pack them up. Pack them up, motherfucker, let's kill them all. Don't give a fuck. It's time to fucking pack them up. Pack them up, motherfucker, let's kill them all. Don't give a fuck. It's time to
pack 'em up, motherfucker, let's kill 'em all. Don't give a fuck, it's time to fucking pack 'em up, motherfucker, let's kill 'em all. Don't give a fuck, it's time to fucking pack 'em up, motherfucker.
Some other people ideas, but this place will be swarming with CIA and FBI. We go underground? No. They'll be looking for everybody except us. You see, this took brains and guts, which we don't have, right? Move it out.
Hurricane the Style Master.
Hashtag fuck YouTube. And fuck whatever hater that reported my girl's channel.
I'm Hurricane. Let me tell you a story. Story of the glory, but you gotta hold my 40 for me. I was chillin' watching Rick and Morty, and my chick came through, and you know she was getting naughty. Dressed up, went to a party. So many drinks, I think I grabbed up a Bacardi. We was gigging on the dance floor, but you know the cops just burst through the damn door. Me and her start blasting. Y'all didn't know that my girl is an assassin. Me and her laughing, jumping out the window, landed on the car. I think it was a Benzo, smoking on the endo as we roll out to the liquor store, then back to our house. She said that was hot. I said no doubt. Took off her clothes, then we.
All right, I think we back. They're gonna keep on fucking with me, and my phone is almost about to die. We're gonna get this song out.
Yeah, my baby. Story. At the diner and the feds, they was coming for me. Just getting hit if they motherfucking don't torture. Me and my girl come through, about to kill, just Jordan. Guaranteed you to be recorded. Up in the car, man, baby, flow it. Put the pedal to the metal, best believe it, keep the streets scorching. Style master, keep my girl roll the weed, and you know we gotta keep smoking. Baby girl wetter than the ocean. She said, come here, so you know I gotta get them on it. Baby girl is an assassin. My baby girl is an assassin. Star blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Star blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Yeah, star blaster. My baby girl is an assassin. Star blaster. Baby girl is an assassin. Star blaster. Baby girl is an assassin. Star blast. My baby girl is an assassin. Star blasting.
All right, we about to get up out of here, y'all. You know I had to play that. Shout out to everybody, man. This is the HHN special report. We were discussing Dr. Jiang, exposing him. Again, I might have probably maybe one, maybe two more videos on this guy. But shout out to everybody for coming through. Much love to my UK correspondent, Vanta, over there in the UK. Much love. Somebody. All I gotta say is either somebody I subscribe to or it's YouTube itself that reported Vanta's channel. And that shit not cool. Now, y'all want a reaction out of me? Y'all want that real, true, angry action out of me? Y'all might get it eventually. Y'all might. But like right now, just want me to be cool. Just like I was cool last time. You know what I'm saying? And the cool thing about it is I get to talk to my baby behind the motherfucking scenes. And you know, and like for those that's hating, like the fucking question is, why y'all just can't get your own? Like real shit. Why is y'all hating on what I fuck with? Is I'm coming over there fucking with y'all? No. Nah. But that's just if somebody that was subscribed to me reported her. It gotta be somebody. Y'all must just y'all gotta be real fucking truly upset and real mad that I'm with Vanta. like honestly, for y'all to report. Or it was YouTube and they cracking down on that type of content, but they're willing to lie. That's the shit that pissed me off. They're willing to lie. That's not cool. Which leads to the AI scanning shit. Which going back to why the symbol is on people's comments, only on my page. Like there's an AI scanning us. And it's a form of them trying to break communication between us. You know what I'm saying? It comes in my chat. But everything frozen. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody else is having this problem but me. But still talk to my goddess. Bad. You know what I'm saying? But like this shit right here is getting ridiculous. How can you just take away a person's channel off the whim? Like real shit. So now, you know, like, you know, it'll put somebody in like a fear state. Damn. You already know what I say. I can't wait to leave this bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm due for some strikes anyway, but y'all got rid of Vonta's channel for no fuck. So, with that being said, I guess they're gonna keep on kicking me out. They don't want me to get my motherfucking thoughts out. So fuck it. Shout out to everybody coming through. Much love to my goddess Vonta, my UK correspondent. And fuck YouTube and fuck whatever hater reported my girl's channel. Real shit. Real. Like at the end of the day, motherfuckers is either bullshit. Maybe y'all mad at that. If y'all mad at it, just unsubscribe. Go incognito. Go to another channel. You don't gotta see what we got going on over here. You know what I'm saying? But motherfucking coming at me, report my channel because I'm the only one that's saying the real motherfucking shit that's motherfucking inciting. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but is as soon as the shit started to happen, nobody popped back up in the chat. I'm like, oh, okay. But shout out to Vonta. I'm mad. I'm I'm real mad, but you're saying calm down. And I could get a lot louder. I could be yelling, screaming, talk to you behind the scenes. And we're gonna get through this just like we got through the last time. But remember, my channel was your channel. You feel me? My channel shit, if I shit. So let's you know, you know, send me the video. I don't shit. However the game go, you're gonna be seen. You're gonna be noticed. Fuck the bullshit. These motherfuckers want to play. They want to hate. Okay, I got something for. Like I said, my channel is your channel, baby. You on the USS Hurricane? Holla.